I start with a riddle me this.
If knowledge is power, for God, M.R.
I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
I'm Vern.
This is Bad Movies.
Worst People.
Fuck it.
All right.
You were there.
All right.
It was terrifyingly sexy.
I think the bubbles have gone to my head. It's a very bubbly drink.
It's a fucking hot day.
Yeah. It's cold in here. The penguin would approve.
Almost.
Close.
Those penguins needed 35 degrees. That's only 68 in here.
Well, that's like human-penguin relations.
Human. Whoa.
I carry the one, and it doesn't convert, dude. Can't do that math.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Bad Movies, Worst People.
And
The
welcome
final
back,
week
Vern.
of our superhero.
Spectacular.
There you go.
All right.
Just let her do it.
Yeah, that was my suggestion.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I am so smart.
So yeah, welcome back, Vern.
Yes. Thank you for having me back. Thank you.
And
He was
you chose
previous-
to do this one with us, not
Yes.
the other one.
Not Batman Returns.
Oh, let
yeah.
the record show you have chosen to be here by your own free will.
It's all on me.
Your Honor.
Vern previously joined us for another wonderful film from the same era.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but this
Godzilla.
is so much better.
Oh, so much better.
That's so much less Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
This film has 100% less Matthew
It's
Broderick.
almost nope, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Wait, no, there is no.
Yeah, there's none. Nary a reference, I'd say.
This movie that we're talking about is 1995's Batman. Wait, 1997.
No, 95. Because it's 1995's Batman Forever. Because in 1994, Jim Carrey did The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber. Banger
Okay, yeah.
fucking year. And then was like, hold on, I'm not done. Let me do Batman Forever.
Yeah, that's how he stole this role from Robin Williams for the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I want to see it. I need to travel to an alternate universe just to see that fucking movie.
I might like it better if it had
You
Robin
might.
Williams.
Wait, did you not like
Williams.
this?
I'm not a big fan of this one.
All right, well, we'll save that, I guess.
I guess. No, I was reading, I guess.
This is going to be awkward.
So the Riddler was supposed to be included in the original Batman 89, Robin Williams. And basically that was used as a bait and switch to get Jack Nicholson to accept to play the Joker.
Oh, that I've heard.
Yeah.
And then
I'm in,
Tim
you son of
Burton
a bitch.
told Robin Williams that he would bring him back as the Riddler in the third one.
I'll bring you back if you just chill.
Sorry, man. That was the studio.
we figured Tim Burton is like a very emo. I mean, like
yeah.
South Park emo character.
Yeah.
Goth kid,
I
yeah.
He's
was
a goth
like,
kid.
South Park emo kid is exactly where I was
Yeah,
thinking.
that's how we.
Goth
So
kid, goth kid.
that's our impersonation of Tim Burton.
He does-
We've never
he does
heard him
those-
talk,
like it.
but we've seen him.
He does the little Charlie Brown dance. He
Fair.
smokes clothes. You know.
I could
Oh,
see him
wait,
doing that,
you
the
gotta
little
do
head
the-
nod.
Perthay.
Those are the vamp kids.
Oh, that's right.
That's Jim Carrey in this movie. Different kind of vamp, but he's doing it.
I think,
But sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think the scariest thing is that Michael Jackson really wanted that role too. Thank God that
Which
didn't
one?
happen.
The
Riddler.
Riddler.
What?
Yes.
Instead, he decided to play the Diddler.
Oh,
Ouch.
Oh, they just rebooted that with Puff Daddy.
Shots are fired.
We're not the worst people. They are.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Fair.
That aspect,
Turns
yeah.
out we're
Fair.
better than
We
them.
might be assholes, but we don't diddle.
No.
I mean, some assholes. I diddle some assholes, but
And
not children's assholes.
Assholes shit on everybody, but sometimes assholes get fucked.
Is
But
that an
yeah,
offer?
that's one of the many changes that were made to this because Tim Burton said, "Fuck you guys." Basically, Warner was like, "Hey, that last one, a little too dark, buddy. Let's
Which
brighten
is-
it up a bit."
Dude, talk about brightening it
Brain.
up. At one point, there's a gang in neon paint.
Oh,
Featuring Don the Dragon Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah.
We talked
He
about that in
pointed
another
that out.
episode where you had mentioned maybe it wasn't recorded, but whatever it takes.
Yes.
You'd mention him being in this, and I said, "Oh my God, he's the guy with the skull fucking paint on his face."
Yeah, and I didn't remember at the time, but then when I rewatched this, I was like, "Oh, that's him." And
Yeah.
he does like 2 kicks and then gets taken out of the movie.
that's it.
The
Yeah.
Batman! And he's
they,
out.
They used him, didn't they?
But
know.
so yeah, it was Joel Schumacher brought in.
Yes.
Much more bright palette all
Yes.
around. My least favorite Batmobile design.
I
Thank
agree.
you. I thought
agree.
this was horrendous.
Because you're trying to match this neon. I do like parts of Gotham with like this red, like aura glow behind it,
Yeah.
and it makes me think of like chemical plants, which is very Gotham. But then once you get all this bright tagging and like the bright universe, I don't like that.
Well, like they're using black light spray paint,
Uh-huh.
and there are black
Mhm.
lights all over town.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Somehow.
It's Gotham. They have a power surplus. Like, fuck it, put on black lights. I want to see who's
Also,
jacking off.
is the city of Gotham that Tim Burton built in some desert somewhere doesn't exist anymore because this CG monstrosity.
Yeah,
just-
I guess
Yeah.
not. He burnt it when he left, dude. He's like, good luck, assholes.
No, there was another movie that took it. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, the
We keep
shadow.
saying it was the shadow.
The shadow
But-
just moved in.
We finally learned that Gotham is actually New York because
Yeah, 'cause
you
we have
have
the Statue of Liberty.
Except it's
Oh,
got
that's right,
Gotham
that's
painted
right.
on the
Yep.
crown.
Yeah,
and it's
not
on the
Statue
ocean.
of Liberty.
It's on the ocean because that's
It's the
where
Statue of Limiting.
that's where Riddler's Claw Island or whatever that's called.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, just like the Riddler with claws? Question mark. But there were other people that were supposed to be in this if it was Tim Burton. So you guys remember Billy D. Williams being Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent. Yeah, I was gonna say when
He
you get
played Harvey Dent in '89
Uh-huh.
because he was promised that he would be playing Two-Face in the third movie.
makes perfect sense because I mean, why would Billy D do that movie? That
Exactly.
small of a role.
Yeah.
And I guess they had to pay him a bunch of money to not cast him.
Great to be
Ooh.
paid to not be in it.
Joel Schumacher
Good
was
day.
like, look, no black people. We're paying them off.
Ooh.
Well, because you know who else was supposed to be in this movie?
Oh, Marlon
Yes,
Wayans.
Marlon
Oh,
Wayans.
yeah,
and
was
he
supposed
also
to
got
be-
paid to not be in it, right?
Yeah, because he had already done costume fittings and everything. Like, he
Yeah.
was supposed to be Robin, so they had to pay out his contract
I might
too.
know this from you because you just you rewatched all these not too long ago,
Yeah.
right?
Just a couple months ago.
feel like I know that because of you.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think with Val Kilmer and Marlon, I don't know how the humor would transpire because Chris O'Donnell is very dry, and so is Val Kilmer in this movie.
Dry
You
is
say
a really
dry-
nice way to say made out of cardboard.
I was gonna say you say dry, I say boring as sin.
We were watching this, and I told Whitney, I think the cardboard cutout of Baby Billy at Jack's house is a better actor than Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, you're not wrong, dude. He's always acting like he's happy.
That's just some of the changes. Hey, you know who else was supposed to? Who would have played Chase Meridian?
Rene Russo.
Yeah. See.
Much
Wow.
fucking better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't like Nicole Kidman.
Neither
you
does
want to talk
Derek.
about?
I do.
You want to talk about fucking cardboard?
The one piece of credit I will give Nicole Kidman.
She got away from Tom Cruise.
Well, that.
So two pieces of
Two
credit.
pieces of credit. She can hide her Australian accent
Yeah,
because she sounds like an American.
She
doesn't
does.
sound like Benedict Cumberbatch.
yeah. Dude, she is thirsty as fuck right out of this movie. I forgot. I was like, are we
Right?
watching a kids movie?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just comes for it
Like,
straight
holy
away.
shit,
Yeah.
she's soaking them socks.
Yeah, this movie starts and she's at the whatever's going on, the bank robbery, because she's like, Batman's gonna be there. I'm sucking him.
Dude, I'm sucking them.
That's what she
It's
wanted.
those bat nipples they just turn the girls on.
It's too bad there's black lights everywhere. You're gonna see a snail trail.
Is this the first suit?
I didn't even think about it.
Right?
He's like,
Oh,
that's
no.
kind of funny. Then he visualized it. Was like, oh man.
Goodness.
she's like it's like the slurm, like worm from Futurama, just going around town. All right, sorry, wife.
I don't remember.
I think you were asking if this was the first one that
Oh.
had the bat nipples, and
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
it is.
'Cause
And
I noticed it
also, I
immediately.
think is the first one with a bat thong.
The
You're
cod
welcome, ladies
piece.
and gentlemen. Well, like no, when he at the very, I'm going to jump ahead because we don't care.
Yeah.
He does like the putting on of that prototype suit, and he does a little spin, and someone must be holding his cape up because it is just like leather cheeks and a fucking rubber thong.
I
And
didn't
they
I
hold
missed
on
that.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
they
like
hold
there's
on it for a bit.
the black rubber that's over like the slightly less black rubber.
Yeah.
There's a right up his ass crack.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Well,
was I
don't worry.
doing?
We'll just watch Batman and Robin. There's more nipple in that.
Yeah,
These
and-
nipples
and
are just
butt.
round. Those nipples have like
Protrusions.
areola and nipple.
Uh-huh. They got the whole thing.
But despite all of our mocking, this movie was very successful.
How so? Like how much so?
It cost estimated about $100 million. North
Estimated.
America, it made 184, but worldwide, it made 336.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
you did all right.
Number one film of the year. First time Jim Carrey had a number one film of the year.
Really? This is the one.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
Well, I mean, because what
I like him in this. Don't get me wrong, but he's done so much better.
Right.
what
Right.
you had mentioned before this, I mean, Ace Ventura for starring roles.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it before this, right?
No, Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and
Was Dumb and Dumber before
Mask
this?
are all the same, all 94.
Are they? Jesus.
That's a fucking, and then he did this. So I mean, like in a year and a half, he did 4 banger movies.
That's why they wanted him, because he was at the top, on top of the world.
It's also why Tommy Lee Jones hated him.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
Oh yes,
I think
Tommy.
I
I have an exact quote.
I cannot sanction
your buffoonery. And I was watching behind the scenes interviews, and Val Kilmer said, like, hey, there was some rumors, and this is like promo stuff from back then, so it's all like saying nice stuff. He's like, there was some like rumors that I didn't like Jim Carrey, and I just thought it was kind of funny. So Men in Black hadn't come out yet.
No.
Oh, okay, then it doesn't work, because he's like, who couldn't like Jim Carrey? You'd have to be an alien.
Who
And I
couldn't
was
like
like,
Jim Carrey?
uh
Gotta be a fucking alien.
I was like, Val Kilmer, I think, just called out Tommy Lee Jones.
Well, the story
Well, he
that I
wasn't
heard
an alien.
was from Jim Carrey on the Norm Macdonald show, where he said that he had heard that Tommy Lee Jones didn't like him, and then he saw him in a restaurant, and when he walked up to him and hugged him, Tommy Lee Jones was like, I hate you. I really don't like you. And he's like, what's the problem? And then that line, I cannot sanction your buffoonery, which is a bold statement coming from the guy that in this movie that does this performance.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Two-Face is just off his
He
rocker.
felt like he was
Well,
trying to
that's his
outdo
job.
him.
Dude,
I think that's what he wanted. He's like, I'll be the weirdo, and you play it like a little bit more smart and intelligent. He's like, oh no.
No.
Chris O'Donnell mentioned something too during an interview, again, when they were talking about Jim Carrey. He's like, some people like maybe felt like he was trying to upstage them and da-da-da. So I think that comes down to that too.
Yeah.
Maybe Tommy Lee Jones. But Tommy Lee Jones is an actor, because in his short segment of interview, he had about 2 seconds in this thing. He was just like, well, I never thought I'd be in a comic book movie, but here I am, doing a comic book movie. And that was his like entire.
And it wasn't the last one he did either. He was also in Captain America: The First Avenger. He was.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
He's the one that throws the fake grenade.
The
Yep.
dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So Joel Schumacher directed this. R.I.P. by the way, 2020.
Yeah.
But he was also born the same year Batman came out,
Oh, really?
Oh, that's crazy.
1939.
Oh,
So he was in his 50s when this movie was made.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Math.
Elfman not back for the score.
No Elfman.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I half-assed because I knew by listening it wasn't.
Yeah, you could tell.
Elliot Goldenthal.
There was definitely
Or like Bronzethal.
cartoon Foley work too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foley
Oh
work.
god, all that, like all the non-diegetic sounds. That's a lot. That's their version of Bang Pow Boom, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But this
I don't
guy,
hate all of it.
this guy who did the music,
It's like it's like Schumacher wanted to be the Adam West. Like,
I've heard people say that it's sort of like this is the 90s camp version of the 60s Batman. Like that was
Right?
that camp. This is what 90s camp was.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
this is Bob Kane's favorite version.
Bob Kane.
The creator of Batman.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and his wife's in the movie. She's Gossip Gertie.
Oh, she's the one that's yelling all
You know
the
what's
time.
funny?
Mhm.
I thought it was. I thought that I recognized her. She's in Batman Returns.
Yes.
as Gothamite number 4.
She just appears in a scene. Yeah.
She's one of the ones that's like, look. I think she's even given the line that it's like a prince
It's like a
turned
frog.
into a frog turned into a
Put
prince.
Yeah,
it
for
in.
the penguin.
I'm
You're right.
pretty sure that's her. And then so yeah, it's
That makes sense.
kind of funny. She just and then she becomes named in this one
And
and,
the next
on.
one.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Well, I say on like there's more than just one after this.
I guess they both showed up to set. He's like, "You're putting my wife in the film."
Yeah. Don't say
it
I never
worked.
got you nothing.
But this guy, Elliot Goldenthal, I mean, he did music for some movies that I like. I don't know if
Okay.
I can't think off the top of my head if the music's good, but he did Demolition Man, which came up yesterday
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
writer of Batman Returns wrote Demolition Man. He did Heat, Time to Kill, and Sphere, which I don't really like Sphere, but he
So
did
but
it.
the other ones you mentioned I like, but like you just said, I can't remember if the score is anything.
Yeah.
Heat
memorable.
has a good score. I know that.
Okay.
Val
'Cause that's
Kilmer.
part of the whole thing. Also, Val Kilmer was filming this like concurrently with Heat.
Ah.
Where
I guess
he-
because there's so many characters going on in Heat, there was probably a lot of downtime.
It's where he broke the on-screen record for reload time for a weapon.
Oh yeah,
And he held that until fucking Bradley Cooper and A-Team broke it.
For what?
On-screen reloads for a weapon.
Yeah.
Like it was the fastest that anyone had ever done it. There was fucking instructors in the military. Like if you can't do it as fast as this guy, get the fuck out. Like,
Okay.
this is an actor nailing this. So yeah, Val's just kind of a badass.
I love
I
Val.
love Val.
and you might have recognized the name of the special effects, makeup effects guy, Rick Baker.
Ricky
Baker?
No, not that.
Oh, dang it!
Not Ricky Baker.
Oh, Ricky Baker.
I said it. I was like, it's a Ricky Baker.
Give me some works.
A New Hope,
Okay.
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, I've heard of that. Anything else?
He also did King Kong from *76, Altered
Yeah.
States, The Howling, American Werewolf in London, Videodrome, The
Wow.
Frighteners, The
Nah,
Ring.
You're really embarrassing him now.
Those are all ones that have just outstanding effects in them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so he replaced Stan Winston from the previous.
yeah,
films.
and I don't. Did Stan Winston do all the effects on Returns? I did. We noticed that the credit specifically said the Penguin makeup and effects done by Stan Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember what I was saying. There's not a lot of makeup in this. There's Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I guess
you're
the
right.
gang that's all painted up and stuff. But there's not a lot of
yeah.
effects
I mean, they're
makeup.
barely painted up. They got a fucking mask that's half black, half red, and a bunch of piercings.
Oh, not those guys. The Don Wilson gang.
Yeah, the black
Oh,
light.
yeah.
the
okay.
Neon Gang.
But that's
yeah.
just face
Oh,
paint.
Neon Gang. There you
But
go.
I mean, this Two-Face looks stupid, but also like it's not Rick Baker's fault.
Right.
This is what they wanted.
It's the feel.
It
of
looks
it's
good.
the feel of the universe.
Yeah.
It's a cartoony version,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cartoony. The Batman animated series looked more like a guy who'd had his face burned off by acid.
But
Yeah,
we can put
yeah.
that on a pedestal because that is some of the best Batman you're gonna get. Like it
Yeah.
had no business being that good and that adult, but it was awesome.
Yeah, it's a good show. Very good show.
Fucking guess who voices the Joker in that show?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I think I knew that.
He probably did. I mean, it's like one of his favorite things he did.
He also did in a couple of the Arkham games too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got one of the, if not best, Joker voice.
Mhm.
I
That
think it might
laugh
be my
is-
favorite. Yeah.
He was on the Arrowverse Flash show
As the trickster.
the trickster, and he was just
That's-
doing his Joker voice.
I was just
Yep.
gonna say that's what I remember. I think that's when I learned it because
Yeah.
he did the trickster.
And I mean, it's the exact Joker voice, but that's fine because the Joker wasn't on that.
And I like hearing it, so bring it on.
You know who else turned down the role for Robin?
Turn down for what?
Turn it down for what?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh man, what a
Ooh,
genius!
He dodged a bullet.
All
What a genius.
all the people who he turned it down once Tim Burton left because he didn't like Joel Schumacher's direction of going bright and crazy.
Yeah.
And then other people who tried out were Ewan McGregor and Jude Law, people who were like of age to be Robin.
Yeah, how old do you think Chris O'Donnell was playing Robin?
We're like 25.
I was,
No.
I was gonna say 22.
I was off a little bit earlier because I was thinking 97 when I told you 35.
Holy
Shit
crap.
In my hat.
1970.
And
So
he's
that
playing
part
a 16-year-old?
he's under 18 because that part where he's like,
Oh,
I
that's
don't want to
right.
go into the system. I'm like, you are fucking 94.
He looked like an adult.
When he
but
saves
yeah.
that girl from the Neon Gang, and she's like, "Doesn't Batman ever kiss the girls?" Like, not when she's 15. And the roommate was like, "Well, he's like 16." Like now, it's like, "Nope, 35, 35."
Wow.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, and we discussed during our
Probably
Batman
got him at a
Returns.
discount too, because you said some big names, dude. Ewan McGregor, Jude Law.
Well,
and they already had to
at
pay
this
other
time-
people
done
off?
what?
At the time, those guys were nothing either.
In
before.
95?
Okay,
I mean, Trainspotting hadn't even come out, so
Yeah.
America didn't know who Ewan McGregor was.
and Jude Law was just some gorgeous British dude.
Yeah, they both
Still
were.
is.
Well, I guess Ewan McGregor's not British, but UK.
Yeah, same thing.
What is Oh, isn't he?
Scottish, right?
Scottish?
Or one of
Yeah,
them.
Scottish. I want to say. You know what? Correct me.
Now I really want to watch
actually-
Trainspotting.
I've got it
I
on
know.
4K.
Let's watch it.
But Chris O'Donnell is the only one I wrote down any of the stuff he was in because I was like, I'm not writing down these other people. We know them.
Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers. That's all I knew.
That's all we need to know.
Like Circle of Friends, I think.
300 and
things.
some odd episodes of NCIS LA.
Yeah, that's
That's all he's doing
yeah,
now.
isn't he with
that's all he
LL?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whitney
That
was
him.
like, you know who Chris O'Donnell is? And I was like, no, I don't know anything he was in except for Three Musketeers. She's like, NCIS. I was like, okay. I've never seen a single episode of any iteration
I
of
haven't either, but
NCIS.
their previews are just burnt into my brain. They're
Yeah.
just shoving each other and pulling their glasses down, all friendly like.
And he was in, before this, he was in Son of a Woman. And he also did a movie, I think right after this, called Vertical Limit, which I have not seen.
Oh,
but I really want to now.
That's not bad. I don't know if it holds up because I'm talking about watching it when it was on standard definition DVD.
Yeah.
and I really liked it then.
Well, I
But
mean,
it
it's
may
got-
not hold up.
I saw it. Who
Bill
was
Paxton,
in it?
right?
Scott Glenn, who is,
I love
Uh,
Scott Glenn.
yeah, not David
Not-
Carradine.
Urban Cowboy, Scott
Yeah.
Glenn.
I always just, every time I see him, I'm like, David, nope.
Mm-mm.
But Scott Glenn, Bill Paxton, Robin Tunney, Tamor Morrison.
Fucking Tams.
So I kind of want to watch that now.
All right, put it on the list, man. We'll watch that in Cliffhanger
oh, Cliffhanger.
with John Lithgow.
I saw a really great meme with Cliffhanger, but it was the Mentos commercial with the girl falling, and it's hilarious.
Send me that.
You watch
I will.
Cliffhanger and you watch Ace Ventura 2. so you can get the scene back to back.
It's a shot for shot, bro.
But we did mention the non-Danny Elfman. You know what they did in the trailers for this? They used the Danny Elfman Batman music.
Of course
You
they
own
did.
it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's yours.
Yeah, it's
So,
not
yeah, you
in
better
this.
use it.
It's not in the movie.
I'm
They have a
surprised
different
they didn't
Batman
put Michael
theme.
Keaton's face in the trailer. Gotcha. It's Val Kilmer.
Right.
Sorry. Val is trying to do a little Keaton. Like he's trying his best to be that, like, I don't know, to turn the body and kind of have a little quip to the women. Try
Oh.
firemen. Let's take off.
It's the car, right? Chicks dig the car.
Yeah,
that right there. I was like, now you make me miss Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Make it your own, dude.
Yeah.
One other person who was considered for Robin, Mr. Marcus Wahlberg.
Oh, bro.
Wow.
I don't know if
Marky
his name is
Mark.
Marcus, but
My fame. I'm trying to find. This one's for my brother. This one's for my mother. This one's for my father. Two-face bitches.
I would have
bro.
preferred that.
yeah,
No.
except for he would have just gone out and started beating up Don Wilson.
Maybe.
Right.
All right, wipe that face paint off. I can't tell what color you are.
Why didn't Schumacher
All
like
you white
him?
motherfuckers can leave.
I don't know, because he was Marky Mark.
He was doing something in 90s.
Before he was a real actor, I guess.
He didn't know he was racist yet. The story hadn't come out.
Oh,
But to get into this movie, it starts out with a thud of a joke. We have Michael Goff back playing Alfred, but we will continue to do Michael Caine instead.
Yes, absolutely. Michael Caine is
Michael
our
Caine.
Alfred.
He's
so.
the superior Alfred
Yes.
by far.
And it starts out with cocaine. Michael Caine.
Michael
Got it. It
Michael
starts
Caine.
out with, did you at least take a sandwich with you, sir?
I wanted him to be just like puns all day, like, no sandwich. Wrap up some Batsuit. I'll take it to go.
Ratatouille.
I remember the scene being in McDonald's commercials.
Oh, yeah.
because he's like,
I'll get
get
I'll, just hit,
drive-through.
I'll hit the drive-through.
Uh-huh.
And we were joking about it when he said that. I was like, yeah. And then it cuts to him with McDonald's, and he's got one of those little souvenir cups, and he's like, look, this cup has my face on it, and you can get one right now at McDonald's.
Souvenir glasses. I have all 4 of those, by
Of
the way.
course you do.
I had them. I definitely had them. I had these, and I had the Batman and Robin ones. But they're like the plastic ones with the printing. And so
Oh,
after the
yeah.
years of being washed, because I'm a little kid, I'm like, I'm using Batman cups all the time.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Though there were no more images
They
on them.
fade away. Yeah. Yeah, I had those too.
Hold on
Although
to yours,
I
Vern.
think
Hold on to those
Actually, the
dearly.
Batman Forever ones were the glass ones that had the etching, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
But
watch
I
those
think my
before
parents just probably got rid of those.
I'm sure they did.
Jerks.
He's in college. Get rid of him before he remembers.
He's not going to want to play with childish things.
I don't think they knew their son.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sold my fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff at a yard sale for like $20. I was like, that
Aw.
lair used is worth like $200. What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You spent more than $20 on it.
Exactly. It's a yard sale. You know, they put that shit out there, and someone was like, I'll give you 35 cents.
Probably.
Give you 20 for everything. Done.
Right. Oh.
Get off my lawn.
This is $1. Can we make it 45 cents?
I need a win.
Fucking yard sales. But Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones, is robbing a bank because it's the second anniversary of Batman catching him off-screen adventures, which I do appreciate, actually.
Yeah.
Because unlike right now, like, and I do mostly enjoy the Marvel movies, they're more hit and miss now, but it's always like you've seen everything.
Mhm.
There are no off-screen adventures. And I appreciate an off-screen adventure.
Yeah. We're getting the story moving.
When
Yeah.
it's not needed.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, I don't need off-screen adventure that's important to the story.
Yeah. Not everyone needs an origin story in
Yeah,
the film.
exactly.
Yeah.
We get him getting the acid splashed on his face later on in the movie,
Mhm.
and that's just like a
Which makes me laugh because Batman just jumps out of the crowd. Did nobody see Batman sitting in the crowd? Like,
Right.
hold still. They won't notice you.
He
got
is
his
the knight.
He's got a fucking like what is it? Raphael trench coat and fucking fedora on.
well, it's
Hey, I'm walking
it's,
here.
It's Gotham, so in the courtrooms they always keep the lights off in one corner just in case.
Dude, like as soon as I'm glad you thought so too, because he jumped like, where were you sitting?
Did he jump out of the audience? I thought it was
Yeah.
from behind the jury.
Oh, maybe
No, I
he
think-
was the jury. I was juror 12 the whole time.
I was Judge Judy executioner.
I was never. There was never an old lady. Me the whole time.
Oh, that's where Two-Face gets the idea later in this movie. And then we have Commissioner Gordon still being played by Pat Hingle,
Uh-huh.
another carryover from the last two films, and Nicole Kidman playing Chase Meridian.
She is dropping some fucking just like cereal box psych. She's like,
Oh,
oh,
it's
a psychosis
bad.
like this makes you do this, and his Achilles heel could be this, and like, dude.
And their like back and forth thing is supposed to be like, look, he's smart too, and it's like, this is all. I could guess this.
Yeah, these are things I understood as a child.
He's acting he's acting out and being insane. There must be something wrong with him. That's basically what they say.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, obviously.
You got it.
Yeah, her character just always felt very forced to me. Like she came out of nowhere, here she is, and what she really do.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I think that's part of my problem with Nicole Kidman in general is like she plays things when she's supposed to be the sex pot, which is most of the time. She's always like that old Hollywood sex pot kind of thing, and it just feels so like not
Forced.
natural for anything from after 1965.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
We do get it's later in the movie, but we do get a little, just like the last one, a little bit of talking about the prequel. Or the one before, I guess. Because we have no mention of Penguin. There's no mention of anything that happened in the last one, except maybe I should be wearing a rubber cat suit and have a whip.
Yeah.
Catwoman skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they are still forgetting? Because they're still allowing fucking clowns in this fucking city.
Uh-huh.
Because they have a goddamn circus. We said while we were recording Batman Returns, Vern, that they should be outlawing clowns.
And maybe even masks in
Especially
Gotham.
circuses, yeah.
Like maybe even Gotham, you just have no masks.
well, I
allowed.
mean, and obviously, you outlaw masks. Only the bad guys are wearing masks,
yeah.
like they do with guns.
But as
right?
soon as you see someone in a mask, you're like, well, that's a bad guy.
But you outlaw a circus, you just can't. You don't have a way to smuggle in villains.
And then when you see a clown, you go, that's a bad guy.
Exactly.
One thing I have to say about the circus I thought was weird is how come a circus is that they're like Gotham News Network? Before anything happens, they're just broadcasting the circus. Is their news day that slow in Gotham?
Right.
That's all they have to
Fucking
show?
It's Gotham.
Yeah, there is someone around doing something terrible
Right?
now.
No, they wanted to bring joy for once and not mayhem and murder.
It's positive news, and then it wasn't.
I was going to say, well, good luck on that.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
Gotham.
No, that's why they were covering it, because the newscasters know. Look, we should have outlawed clowns, but that bill didn't pass.
Here's
So
what you
we're
do.
gonna-
I want you to follow all the clowns in the country, right? See, you go town to town, clown to clown.
We're gonna broadcast the circus because some shit's gonna go down, and it's sweeps week. Our ratings need to go up.
I saw a guy with a face paint. I followed him. Look what happened. Gold, dynamite.
So Batman goes down to stop the robbery, and Two-Face has these guys just light up this elevator. And I'm like, you think Batman's just standing in the elevator?
Right? I was like,
First-
do you
first
think
time.
he's even going to
First
take
time.
the elevator? But
Well, I guess maybe that's the only way up and down, because that was my first thought. I was like, Batman's not in that elevator.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, yeah, he is. He's hiding up top.
Joel Schumacher wants this to be so bright. He just put neon tubes on everybody's guns.
Yeah.
yep.
Like everybody's got this barrel drum or this drum clip, and it's just got a neon little fucking stick
Well,
on
and
it.
one of the guys who did, one of the lighting guys, I think it was, or maybe it was a producer, I think it was a lighting guy, was talking about how proud they were of like the light in this, because like he wanted it to be brightly lit. He wanted it to be this neon soaked thing, which is okay. It works for the characters that are in this, like the villains, but
Yeah.
they were so proud of the fact that like most of the lights, like some of our lights were even on camera, because a lot of the light comes from stuff you see. The goons holding the red lights at the circus, stuff like that. So the guy was like, you can't even tell that our lights are in the shot. And I'm like, well, that's not professional.
Yeah.
Right?
Are you bragging? Your tone sounds braggy, but your news is not.
But yeah, so he takes out these goons. One of them, he has like a force lightning collar or something.
Mhm.
I don't know what he does. And he shoves that. I like what he does. I do like that he just sidesteps that one dude. The dude just charges him like fucking
You think there's going to be this
Bebop.
big throwdown, and he's just like, nope.
That's twice in this movie
yeah,
too.
they say every movie needs one. This has two.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because later on, there's the Indiana Jones scene, but without a
Uh-huh.
gun, where the guy does all the kicking and punching and swirling,
But
and he
isn't
just
that,
kicks him in the face.
from '89 Batman, where there was somebody that pulled out like two swords and started doing all this like yeah, and then Michael Keaton just went whoopah.
Yeah, he like kicks him in the face, doesn't he? Just
Yeah,
one
like
hit
with
and he's
no
down.
fanfare at all.
So they were even ripping off Indiana Jones then.
uh-huh.
They weren't even doing it because they had diarrhea.
Oh, shit.
Check up on Indiana Jones for that story. But it's a trap. There's a guard. It's a trap. There's a guard in the thingy.
In the vault.
There you go. Vault.
Bank thingy is
Banky
the preferred
doodad.
nomenclature.
How-
please.
Thingy.
How is the acid in this fucking vault?
I was wondering that too. How did he have time to prepare this big metal vault and put those in there?
Was they weren't actually robbing the vault. They were just sticking acid tubes in it. I don't know where the liquid's coming from. Like you see the little doors open and like it comes out, but you still have to have tanks of acid somewhere.
right? Yeah, that seems
But
like
I
There's not
think
like-
you are right. Like fuck robbing it. We're just trying to get Batman here.
Yeah, but like where are they hiding the tanks of acid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up that bums.
I didn't understand.
There's a lot in this movie I don't understand. Stuff like that where it's like, well, that's just coming out of nowhere.
You know what else I don't understand? When he takes this guy's hearing aid to pick the lock,
Yeah.
and it goes.
That's a Gotham lock.
No, that's the hearing aid coming out of the
Pops
dude's
it.
ear.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
he
no.
told me, he's like, I want to learn how to pop and lock. He's like, well, then pop this out and I'll pick that lock.
And suddenly the walls in Gotham, as opposed to Batman Returns,
Uh-huh.
can hold up an entire safe that's swinging at full velocity.
I thought that. In
Yeah.
returns, he shoots that fucking, like, his little harpoon thing and then pulls out part of the wall and it knocks the guy out. Batman shouldn't be able to pull apart concrete. And this one, it just holds, dude. It fucking
It holds a bank vault full of acid.
And it's drywall. It's insane.
The grappling hook went through with no problem,
Uh-huh.
but it held this fucking 8,000-ton safe.
So it had this
Absurd.
special thing where it goes through and it puts out 10 feet either way
We just didn't see
to
that.
hold it.
Uh-huh.
Well, so the thing, he's able to do that, but then later on, when he tries to because when the island's moving up and he uses his batarang, it doesn't hit anything. It's
Because
like,
there's nothing for it to grip onto because it's metal.
Well, ask
Look
Spider-Man
at
what he
Whitney
does.
doing
Then.
work.
Ask Spider-Man what he does then, because he swings them webs and he doesn't hit
Because
shit.
it sticks.
He
So
can
what?
swing on. He can swing on webs all the way out to Queens.
What
There's
happened-
no tall buildings in Queens.
Yeah.
What happens
you
when
hitting?
you get semen wet?
You make a baby
Wait, semen's not sticky already?
I know, but like
stickier.
Oh, okay.
He
You
always
wash
told
away
me-
all the liquid and you're left with the sticky.
he always told me you don't masturbate in showers.
I do. What are you, don't look
So
at me
do
that tone
I.
of voice. You're not my mom. Masturbate wherever I want to.
Right there.
All right.
Great. Let me get.
Please hold for a quick break.
We're gonna do a live transmission.
This is now our podcast.
Oh, it's actually a live emission.
Oh,
Yeah, welcome to Jack's podcast. We time how long it takes.
Uh-oh.
47 minutes.
Heat is on.
Longest episode we've ever had, guys.
I doubt that. I'm not talking about Star Wars. I'm jacking off.
What's the difference?
I'll be quiet.
If anybody's listened to Han Took Shots First, they're very similar things.
We go quite long on our Star Wars ones.
it's fair.
Sorry.
There's a lot to talk about. You know,
Yeah.
it's Star Wars.
Don't
I'm
be
excited.
sorry.
I'm an excited little boy.
If somebody's listening to the Star Wars one, then they're gonna fucking love it.
I hope so.
And if they don't, they're wrong.
Yeah. We're lovely people. Give us a chance.
So he crashes a helicopter into Lady Liberty or Lady Gotham.
Lady Gotham.
Lady Gotham.
And I think this was the one part of the thing where I was like, I need a little bit more light because it got super dark. Is only half the face of the statue burnt by the helicopter crash?
Yeah.
All right. I kind of could see, but it was so dark on my, like, I have the 4K disc. You do have deeper blacks, but you have lighter whites.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it definitely gives you that image of. Dude, the fucking statue of Gotham is made out of paper mache.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
she
because
was.
those blades just tear right through half that
It
face.
should have chipped it
yeah.
a little bit, but like just fucked up the blades.
Mhm.
Yeah, because what's the Statue of Liberty made out of?
Copper.
Is it copper?
That's why it's green. It's patina.
I knew it was one of them things.
When
Copper
the French
or
when the
brass
French
or-
gave it to us, it was pure like polished copper.
Okay, that would have been cooler.
There's patinaed too, though.
Yeah, I guess that happens.
Elements, dude.
Science, bitch.
Science, bitch.
And then we meet Jim Carrey playing Edward Nygma,
Mr.
Which-
E.
which is the Riddler's name, right?
Yeah.
In the
Yes, Edward
comics?
Nygma.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I think I don't remember what it was. I didn't write it down, but they were going to use a different name, and I was like, why would you do that?
Oh,
And
yeah.
also, if you're in Gotham Police or Batman, just start looking up people that have punny names. You
Yeah.
know, his name is John Torch.
yeah, William
I'm gonna look
Talkman.
into this real quick. Hey, will you check out a case on Bob Child Molester? Just like I just want to cover all my bases and make sure we're not missing something. Timmy Bank Fraud, back at it again, are you?
Well, Harvey Dent. I mean,
His face is dented,
exactly.
so check him out.
Yeah, but he wasn't a bad guy at first, and half of him is not a bad guy
He's good half the time.
Whatever his coin flip tells him.
Yeah.
because he even thanks Bruce Wayne at the end.
He's like, you're a good friend. You always
Yeah,
have
you're
been.
always been a good friend, man.
Yeah.
Now let me kill you.
I know. I was
like
that was Batman killing him.
I like Aaron Eckhart's motivation much more as his Two-Face than this. This
It's-
one is like, hey, this crime boss like acided me. Is that
Yeah.
post tense of acided?
Yes.
But yeah, like this guy acided me, but I'm mad at you.
Yeah, he never
Because-
goes after the crime boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
might have.
he was trying to fucking
Maybe.
help you.
It's been a couple years. He
That's
might have
true.
killed that
Yeah,
dude.
Maroney's probably dead.
That's true.
Or
But-
Falcone.
But he does, yeah, he's mad at Batman for not stopping it. And it's like,
He tried.
you were a fucking district attorney. How many people did you not get to put away?
Also, it's your fault for holding that paper just over half your face.
Also,
mean-
that acid sucks. Didn't go through
it
that
didn't
paper.
go through paper.
But Jim Carrey playing like an obsessive weirdo, very Michelle Pfeiffer-y.
Did you clock one of the assistants walking up with Ed Begley Jr.?
Yes.
I saw him in the credits, but I didn't catch him.
I caught John Favreau.
Yeah.
I had to pause. I was
Really?
like, that
No,
looked
I
like
missed
Johnny
that.
Favs.
Oh,
No
is that
li-
where he was?
No
caught-
lines. Yeah. He's there. And then later when they're checking the monitor, he's there. No lines. Just walks up with all the other suited goons.
Is he friends with somebody on the show?
Maybe.
No, this is John Favreau's still indie as fuck.
Oh,
so this
he
is
was
him
just
just
did
trying
Swingers,
to,
right?
yeah,
I
this is
think-
him trying to get a paycheck and maybe just get out there do anything.
Yeah, I want to say Swingers had come out. But
Yeah,
that's maybe.
but that's
it.
still an indie,
Yeah.
you know. And,
And
then
then
made,
what's the other one they did? Made.
made.
Hey guys, after this episode, I really kind of want to go out and get a beer. What are you thinking?
I mean, okay, look, the thing is, I deal with beer so much in my life. I want something else. I'm fine with beer, but I want like a stiff cocktail or a nice glass of whiskey.
You know, the music box is just down the way, and you can get an awesome cocktail, or they even have like Tombstone and other great beers on tap.
The music box, where would I find that?
Oh, you mean the music box at 6951 East 22nd Street in
Yeah.
Tucson, Arizona?
Right down there at 22nd and Cole.
Yeah, they've got a great selection of whiskey, gin, tequila, mezcal, other spirits.
Ooh, sometimes they have like pudding shots and Jello shots.
You're putting me on.
And depending on the night of the week, we can get karaoke, live music. It's great.
Ooh, on happy hour on. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's on happy hour.
Yeah.
I'm in. You guys are selling me.
Let's go to the Music Box Lounge right
Woo!
now.
Let's go.
Sharks of the Corn, Virus Shark, Cocaine Shark, Sharktopus? Yeah, those are all real movies. Join me, Steve Coates, as each week I take a comedic look at the bizarre world of sharksploitation cinema on Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast.
Jim Carrey's boss is played by Ed Begley Jr., which is fun. Not in the
Yeah.
credits.
Oh, he's not?
No.
He's
I
not
wanted more of
credited?
him
No.
just because of Arrested Development. I'm like, look at this guy with a fake mustache and his fake hair. Come on.
We were just talking about him a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, because he's a super, I don't know if he probably still is, but super environmentalist.
Yes, because I was like, Al Gore, but not.
Yeah. And we got there
Like,
with
he
Ed
could
Begley
play Al
Jr.
Gore.
Yeah. He's super serial.
Super civil.
But he's got Enigma has this device. That sounds like a bad idea right out of the gate.
It does.
It transmits things, TV, directly into your head by manipulating your brainwaves. Look, I got a VR headset, and that already worries me. I don't
But
need
you know that
transmitting shit
somebody
into my
watched
head.
this preview of it and was like, we could do that with porn. Porn
didn't
advances
even think
technology
about
more than
that.
anything besides war.
So I was thinking, I was like, I kind of want to try it. You know what? Take my secrets.
Yeah.
That sounds dope.
Be
Cool. Now you know what kind
interacting.
of fucking shampoo I use.
Right? Like,
Yeah, take all of my secrets. You know what most of my secrets involve? Porn.
Yep.
So
you're not going to have any fun with it.
I really just don't want anyone to look up my Reddit searches. That's where it gets weird. The porn is, you can probably guess what I look at with porn. Reddit search, like, what the fuck is he looking into? What kind of question is that?
well, it's Reddit.
Now I'm curious.
You can look up everything.
My phone's not password protected.
I would never go through anybody's things without permission.
But basically, he's pitching this idea to Val Kilmer, and Val Kilmer's actually like, first he's like, well, that seems fucked up, but you might have something there. So hit up my assistant. I want to see your schematics and stuff, and we'll talk about it.
And this is where I don't understand. He's just like, that's not going to work for me. I need an answer right fucking
now.
now.
Right?
Well,
no,
then
you
Why
could
are
have
you so
waited.
demanding? Work with them. I know you
Yeah.
think you're a genius, but
You know why? Because he's had this conversation already with Val Kilmer, just not for real.
oh god,
Because you see all the pictures of Val Kilmer, he has plastered all over his workstation, which I mean, I get it.
I like the line. You hired me personally, and that's what I tell people.
Because your name is on
Yeah,
the
we
slip.
never met, but your name's on the slip. You work at Wayne Enterprises.
Uh-huh.
Of course, his name's.
His
By the
name is
way,
on your paycheck.
This is the first time they've mentioned Wayne Enterprises. It's not in Batman '89 or
You're
Batman.
right. They
Returns.
never show him at his big
Really?
work at all in the
Oh,
first
they
two.
don't,
yeah.
do they?
Yeah, they don't talk about how he got his money or anything.
Isn't this also
Wow.
the first time we see Arkham Asylum too?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. because then otherwise we'd have villains keep coming back.
And this is kind of pre-Easter eggs in movies, or else you would have had a bunch of people in those
Oh,
cells. Like, ooh, look at that one. Oh, and that one. I know her. I know him.
And then Harley, it was up in there.
But yeah, I need an answer now. Well, then the answer's no. Go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the bat signal. He's got to get out of there. He's getting paged. And he shows up, and it's just Chase Meridian trying to fuck him on the roof.
She's
Oh,
in
yeah.
a little nightie with a little black cover up.
Mm-hmm. Little lace.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just going to go to this rooftop.
lot of
I'm going to go to
satin.
the rooftop of the police headquarters
Barefoot.
in lingerie.
Yeah, and no one noticed her in the entire police station. Come on.
And she was wearing a pantsuit.
She
when she got
had
up
on a
there.
trench
Clothes are
coat.
naked.
She
Trench
changed.
coats
Yeah.
hide everything, dude.
This is Gotham. You can't walk into the police station in a trench coat.
Yes, you can. You can walk in as a clown in a trench coat. They don't give a fuck.
With that face, probably.
Yeah. They didn't even notice she had a face.
But then I always say Chief, but Commissioner Gordon shows up and
Yeah.
he's
he's
like, I
got
saw
that
this thing.
promotion.
Yeah,
saw the
way
signal.
late, by the way.
Yeah, out of breath in his fucking night,
Sorry,
in his pajamas.
the elevators aren't working. I'm going to go throw up. Hold on.
Why are you here?
I just love he's like, is there a problem? As they're like just about to make out too.
Yeah, problem is he won't let me blow him.
Problem is you just interrupted. You fuck. Go home to your wife.
My safe word is Martha.
Oh, Martha.
But this flirting scene is just—it's so awkward. They have no chemistry, first of all.
Yep.
But she doesn't have chemistry with anyone.
Not even Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Especially Tom Cruise.
They had-
That's because she's
they
like
had
3
to-
feet taller than him.
Well, they had to adopt children. They couldn't have a baby.
She didn't have enough midichlorians or whatever they measure.
Yeah, well, I
Her
don't, I
and
don't think
Keith
it's
Urban,
midichlorians.
Are they still
Yeah.
together?
Who?
Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban?
Why would you think I have any clue?
Because I know you secretly love her.
I don't. And
No.
who's Keith Urban?
He's a
Keith
country
Urban.
singer
He's a country singer. Duh.
from Australia.
Is he?
Maybe a dingo played your record.
Country singer from Australia.
Yeah, but it's called outback music. It's not country music.
Country and Western. I don't even like country and I'm offended.
As an American, I'm offended.
But they're flirting scene. It's literally like quippy one-liners back and forth.
That are
but
good.
I couldn't remember a single one right now. If you held a gun to my head, I'd be like, I guess I'm dead.
Yeah, this is me checking out.
And is this the part, or was it earlier? It was earlier, I guess, where they're doing the thing where they're finishing each other's
Sandwiches.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, when they're like battering against each other.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
No,
'cause
that's
like,
later in the movie.
They're trying to like flex their fucking muscles about psychology.
Oh, you know what? I do
yeah.
remember one of the terrible flirty lines, so
Go
I
on.
wouldn't die. I might have if you didn't wait, but
Go
it
on.
was what did she say? She says, "Well, my life's an open book. Do you read?"
I don't blend in at family picnics. Oh, come on, try it. I'll bring the champagne and you'll bring your scarred psyche. Like, dude,
To a family picnic?
dude, you got to stop working. This is why you don't date a fucking psychiatrist that's obsessed with Batman.
Well, and this girl, I guess because she studies people with fucked up brains, she's very aware that she's like, look, I'm attracted to the wrong type of guy,
Yeah.
but I'm into it.
I just imagine her like, did you want another piece of brie? No, I'm good. Is it because I offered it to you and I smell like your mother? Is it because this guy over here playing frisbee reminds you of your dad and he left? Why don't you want the brie? I'm very full.
Have you dated a social major?
I'm not going to talk about that.
That means yes.
No,
This is
I've
life
dated a bunch of
experience.
chicks that think they're psych majors because they Googled shit. I'm like, I got the same internet you do, bro.
I minored in it.
Calm down, cuz. That's good.
Oh. So anyway, that's where we get the skin tight vinyl line.
Yeah.
Because I did write that down.
And it's
Oh,
the
maybe I
only
should have
thing
been.
that reminds us that there was at least one other movie because we've moved on from Vicky Vale.
yeah,
Vicky
well,
Vale.
Yeah, I
Vicky
almost said
Vale-
Veronica Vaughn.
I do the same
hot.
thing.
Want to touch the hiney?
I had a friend that did her.
No, you didn't.
Well, he knew.
Not me personally, but yeah. So
You'd imagine it would be like if they did, though.
it's just crazy that we wouldn't be like we wouldn't even reference the Penguin or any of your accolades.
yeah.
Or like when they don't even reference because they show the flashbacks of like the person who killed his parents, and it's Jack Napier, which he killed.
Yeah.
And they totally never even reference that.
I don't even think it's the
Directly.
original image, is it?
No, it's
No.
not. So like
why,
someone different.
why wouldn't you use the original
Stock
fucking
footage, right?
footage? You own it. We already used the Elfman music.
You can watch
Fuck.
those pearls bounce off the ground, or is that the later movies?
That's the
Whatever.
later movies.
The Zack
Well,
Snyder
maybe.
ones. Is that
Might be
it?
a bunch
Isn't
of
that the
them.
Christian Bale one?
Maybe it's the Christian Bale
It
one.
might be all
Yeah, I
of
think
them.
those were the roses.
I know we
in this.
see it multiple times. The pearls falling down in multiple movies. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
this
hate it.
one's Kissed by a Rose.
Which what annoys me about movies
Is it's at the end of the movie?
yes,
Mhm.
It's
like,
not in it.
It's not in it at all.
Neither's that banging U2 song.
fuck that song.
It's because it would
I
have
hate
gotten
you
in the
too.
way of the.
I also hate U2.
it would have gotten away the discourse between Chase Meridian and Bruce Wayne / Batman, and we want to hear that.
Like, dude, the whole time they're talking, just have it in the background.
It would make those scenes so much better.
No, because everybody in the theater would just start singing along and they wouldn't be listening. Didn't you say that's what they were trying to use it?
Yeah, he originally was going to use it for a Chase Meridian scene, so he bought the rights. Didn't feel it was working out.
Dude,
and
Chase
put it on the
Meridian
credits.
sounds like the worst fucking bank. I'm not going there. Like, why? Like, so can we stop at a Chase Meridian real quick? I
Right,
need to
it
pull out
really
some money.
does.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of Chase Meridian again, one good point for Joel Schumacher. Originally, they were going to use Chase Meridian as Poison Ivy and include that in this movie too.
Oh,
Oh.
thank God.
And he's like, "That's too many villains."
Yeah.
Ask Sam
many
Raimi.
notes.
Ask Sam Raimi. 3 villains, too many villains.
Mhm.
And Sam Raimi almost directed this too,
Yeah, which would have been awesome.
Would have
Yeah.
been better.
but much better.
Would have had a lot better shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High end cocktail bar.
I mean, they did get some of the Dutch angles and stuff in here, but it wasn't Raimi enough.
I'm not talking too much shit about this movie. I'm just saying Sam Raimi would have done better.
yeah.
Do you know who else would have done better?
Almost anybody.
Tarantino.
Fuck, dude. I don't want to see a coked out script of Batman.
I do.
Fucking Robin just yelling about.
So then Batman takes the girl's shoes off and shoves the feet in the mouth. She's walking on the roof and he pretends he's part of the roof. Foot in the mouth.
The villain in this one, high heel woman.
The villain in this one, blisters on the feet and socks.
Ow.
You got
I always
fucking.
bring my tough acting to Batman.
You got Alfred just like, would you bring this OD and bitch back to our house?
Hold on. My cocaine. Prank caller. Don't fucking come here. Bat fiction. Wake up, Alfred. Alfred's sleeping. Wake his ass up then.
no. That's Robin. Robin's sleeping.
Robin's dead, baby. Robin's dead.
All right, now I want to watch this movie.
I wish I was good at like Photoshop or animation. I'd make it for you.
So who is I just keep going back to Alfred because he's the one at the house.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Does this garage say dead? Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm
we're not
gonna-
doing that. I
But-
buy the good coffee. You don't gotta fucking tell me my coffee's good. I know the coffee's good. I fucking buy it. When the wife buys it, she buys shit.
Oh God, I'm watching it.
That's the line we can do. We can't do yours.
I just wanted to put the thought in everybody's head of Michael Caine
You
saying that line.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
See what I started?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Edward Nygma is still testing out his machine, even though he
Edward
was told.
Nigma hands.
Ed Begley Jr. shows up, gets knocked out with a coffee pot, and we get the beginning of Jim Carrey starting to do his like improvising, vamping stuff because caffeine will kill you,
Mhm.
which was funny to me right now
I don't hate it.
because when we started this movie, she's like, "We have to start it," like because we all watched separately except for Whitney and I. Like, she's like, "We have to start the movie," and I was like, "Yeah, well, I need caffeine, so I'm gonna go make coffee." And then that came up, and I was like, "Shut up."
It's funny. I was definitely drinking a big old pot of coffee watching this.
I was trying not to fall asleep.
Really?
Caffeine.
Mine was not because this movie was boring. It was just lack of sleep in general. So, like, I don't want to fall asleep to this.
I mean, I was a little tired. That's why I wanted caffeine because I was up till 5 a.m. trying to watch Hunt for Red October. And
If I
fell
were to
asleep.
drink caffeine
Trying
at
to?
that hour,
Well, I didn't fall asleep because of Hunt for Red October. I fell asleep because it was 5 o'clock in the
All right,
morning.
that makes more sense.
I would be up until like 7
PM?
a.m.
No,
I don't do caffeine much anymore.
it's too bad.
God knows I do.
So he tests the device on Ed Begley Jr. and discovers that with more power, he can suck out your brain waves or something.
Yeah, he's unhinged right here. He's doing like the what's he's? I'm a gaggle of frickin' geniuses, a flock of frickin' Freuds. I don't hate it. I could see.
Does he do it as Steve Zahn like you just did? Or
No, I'm a fucking flock of freaking Freuds.
No, but the problem is, and it's a thing we run into with Jim Carrey and Robin Williams, and so it would have been the same thing probably.
You're not reined in.
Yeah, you have the director who's just like, this is great, roll. Just let him go.
Yeah.
How long we got on that? We can do 12 minutes on that roll of film. You got 12 minutes, Jim.
Yep.
And we'll just figure out what cuts in.
And sometimes it does work, especially like you said with Robin Williams. But other times it's like, all right, rein it in. Both actors we're talking about, my favorite movie of theirs, are not pure comedy. Truman Show for Carrey and fucking Good Morning Vietnam or Birdcage for Williams. Like both of those are movies that have genuine feels to them as well as comedy. But yeah. Like my favorite Robin Williams is not Genie.
We are very similar.
Although that's a pretty good Robin Williams.
It's a great Robin Williams, but it's him just firing.
Well, and in that case, it wasn't costing them film at least.
That's true.
They're like, look,
You
just
want to
record.
just sit here for 12 hours and just talk? We'll do that.
And then there's some poor editor that's just like, how long is this movie? 81 minutes? All right. I got it.
I'm sure they have so many different
Coffee!
takes with him just spitballing things. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, did he not come back for the second Aladdin?
He did not.
Couldn't they have just taken lines from the first one?
Fucking
Right.
Dan Canstanella. What's his name? Homer Simpson.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. They could have just taken the outtakes from number one.
Easily.
Make
It's,
them fit.
I did hear they actually do have a bunch of recordings of him as the genie, but there's like some sort of agreement in his like will that they can't do anything with him for so many years.
I know he was pissed about something involving that.
Yeah.
And that's why he
Well,
didn't come back.
he wasn't supposed to have anybody else voice Genie but him, and then they had him not voice it for the sequel and the video games. But I think
And the
he's back
cartoon.
for the third.
He's back for
one.
the third one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was it he wanted to get paid more type of thing?
Probably,
yes, they
yeah.
wanted to get a cheap.
I was like,
mean,
Vern might know. He's our Disney
Yeah,
guy.
there was a pay dispute at the time, but I mean, he was Robin Williams. That was straight to home video.
Yeah.
And then it made a ton of money on home video. So like, let's pay Robin Williams for the third
yeah.
one.
And the third one was
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
Well, the second one was
Wasn't
also not
much.
very good.
But not hot
Return
trash.
of Jafar.
Yeah. Did Iago need a musical number? No, but he got one.
I mean,
You know what they got for Iago?
Is it
Got
still
Godfrey
Gilbert
back.
Godfrey? Yeah.
Oh, he'll take any paycheck.
He's not going anywhere.
nobody could do that voice.
Look, you guys, if we get enough Patreon people on patreon.com/worstpeople, we can pay Gilbert Gottfried to be a guest
Ooh.
on this podcast. I guarantee it.
Yeah?
Didn't he pass away?
Did he?
Yeah.
Nah, that's too bad.
I guarantee we can't get him.
I was like, if he's on Cameo, I'll just pay him on Cameo and be like, hey,
think
can you
Miss
talk for
Cleo's
20
doing?
minutes?
Yeah, I'd pay him to talk for 20 minutes. But I think he is passed.
That's too bad.
Yeah, rest in podcast.
I mean, he did do some podcasts.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
You're the worst people now. I'm over here being sentimental and shit. And you're an asshole.
So
I
Jim
know what I
Carrey,
married.
Jim Carrey tosses Ed Begley Jr. out a window.
Yep.
Tosses him.
Surfs up, big kahuna. Ooh, nice form, but a little rough on the landing. He may have to settle for the bronze. Sorry, that was too much.
It was too much, just like it was
it's
for him.
perfect.
You did his line. He did too much.
He did a lot of
And I
lines.
love Jim Carrey.
Yes.
But it's a lot.
He needs direction.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably a tough fucking thing to do when this guy's at like the height of his shit. Like,
Oh,
hey, I
yeah.
need to boss you around real quick. So listen.
So we get the first riddle, which is like the most obvious thing in the world. 12 or there's numbers on my face. You won't see 13. It's a clock. Got it.
But Bruce Wayne's obviously it's a clock, you idiots.
yeah, because they're all
Stupid
they're all
secretary.
slightly
It's
confused.
like numbers all over my face, but you won't find 13.
Yeah.
Any place.
And they're all
You're right.
slightly confused about it. He's like, duh, fucking clock, and just like drops a pen and walks out.
Because everybody else is wearing those fucking digital Casios, I'm sure.
And then we get the Flaming Lips song that you were talking about
Yes.
in Batman Returns.
You hate your boss at your job, but in your dreams you can blow his head off.
Now Bruce Wayne meets Chase Meridian, and I guess when he first comes in, he breaks down this like solid oak door. So
Oh, because he hears her in distress.
yeah, but she's actually just fucking this punching bag.
What?
And he,
Because
by the way,
those were not fighting noises; those were fucking noices. This is full on Transformers
Hey.
of last night.
Remember the poet Bradley
Oh.
Noel fucking fighting? It's all the same. To live with Lou Dog's the only way to stay sane.
That's the problem. There's no Lou Dog for
That's it.
Two-Face to hang out with.
There's no bad dog.
oh, you mean Ace the Bat Hound?
What? There is a bad dog?
There is a bat dog.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's real.
Comics only?
Technically, but he has been used briefly in like references in some of the TV shows.
I was gonna say probably like a Super Friends or something. They had crypto.
Yeah.
Technically,
true.
he showed up in the Crisis on Alternate Earth Arrowverse crossover when they did Burt Ward is walking Ace the Bat Hound when they.
Oh, is he?
referenced the
I remember
60s.
Burt Ward showing up.
Yeah,
so I remember
that
being
was
like,
Ace the Bat
"Ha, Burt
Hound."
Ward." Yeah, I watched all that.
Fucking nerds.
I watched it up until about that point. I think that's
That-
about when we quit.
When Arrow stopped is when we stopped.
Well, right after the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing. Yeah,
Yeah, that was the end
Well,
of it.
Flash didn't carry on much after that, did it?
I think another season or two.
Yeah, it had
we
another
tried.
1 or 2 seasons, but I couldn't get back into
And
it.
then they all ended
well,
anyway.
it started over, and it
Well,
was
the
like,
CW
hey
ended.
guys, we have another guy who's just like the Flash, and he's our main villain for the season. And I was like, bro, this has been 5 seasons of it.
time, too.
I mean, it's tough to, like, what else do you do? It's like he's a speedster. You got to have somebody with speed.
The Flash has been around for 70 years. He's got other villains.
Right?
Not wrong.
I mean, Gorilla Grodd was better. Psychic Gorilla, come on.
The Psychic Gorilla is dope.
But they put the gorilla in another dimension.
Oh.
Yeah, they made him like a good guy towards
Another
the end,
dimension.
too.
Ugly
Yeah.
gorilla.
Another dimension.
Grodd, sad.
Sad.
But they're having a little bit of flirtiness. Well, Bruce Wayne is flirting with Chase Meridian because he knows that she's hot for Batman. And he's like, well, I look just like Batman. And she's got this whole like, are you
You're
quite
just-
done yet?
He
Yeah,
asks
you're just
her
a
on
rich dude.
He asks her on a date. She's like, I already met somebody. He's like, so soon?
I got to get you out of those clothes. And into a dress, I mean. Say it a little better than that, Brucey.
Right, come on.
Yeah, no, the people who wrote this
Are terrible.
didn't do a great job. So it's 3 people, so that's already a red flag. There's a team that are married, Lee and Janet Scott Batchelor, and all
Well, if
they
they're married, they're not bachelors.
well, it's Batch BATCH.
Ooh. They
But
changed it when they got married.
everything they wrote, everything in all their IMDb credits is the same shit. So they wrote together all the time.
Oh, wow.
You
and
get
they
'em
wrote
cheap for a hack
episodes
job.
for they were like heavily involved in the Equalizer television show
Oh, wow.
in the 80s. And then they wrote the movie Pompeii, but not really much else. And then this guy Akiva Goldsman, who I mean he wrote some stuff that I like. He wrote The Client, Time to Kill. He wrote Batman and Robin, obviously.
Some things you like.
Lost in Space, that terrible 90s one.
Oh.
But he was also a
LeBlanc.
writer on a large chunk of Fringe.
Oh, dope.
And not at the end.
Love
Oh,
Fringe.
even better.
Season 3 and 4,
Ooh.
which is like the prime time.
Yeah.
So the Bachelors, maybe they wrote the quippy bullshit between Chase and Bruce because they flirt like a married couple.
They fancy themselves as romantics. And
Like,
it's
is
just
Yeah.
that how they talk to each other?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, that
I'm
is
like,
not
that
how we
actually.
flirt. I gotta get you out of that dress
Yep.
and into some more clothes. What?
I was talking about taking you out for dinner, not fucking you.
Actually,
don't
that I
have
could
sex,
see.
we're married.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the gutter. We're going to the store. Put on your clean
I
sweats,
guess
bitch.
it's more like, let me get you out of those pajamas because we're going out to the bar. You got to put something else on.
Pretty much. Especially my pajamas.
And now we're at the circus with all the clowns.
Yeah, we have the
And
Flying Graysons.
Very
Are they
tight.
clowns?
There's
There are
clowns, at the
clowns
circus.
there.
I didn't think they were actual clowns.
The Robin outfits
Acrobatics.
are way too tight
They're
on
so-
everybody.
They're
Cod
supposed to be,
pieces.
though.
Yeah,
That's-
they're
For the positions that
people.
some of these people are getting into, yikes.
Well, they're all related. It's fine.
I was expecting someone to get stuck and ask their step trapezist to help them.
Dude, this isn't Nitro Circus. You can't have Jinkos on.
Whoa. This movie just got an extra half star if they're doing trapeze and jinkos.
Missed
And he's
opportunity
dressed like
for
a
product
clown.
tie-in.
The great Jinklinko.
Oh man. But yes, it's the Flying Graysons. This is Dick Grayson and company. I don't know his family's name, and I couldn't care because
Yeah.
they're out of this movie in about 3 minutes.
No one recognizes Tommy Lee Jones, or sorry, Two-Face. Like, wouldn't you just be like, that looks a lot like Harvey Dent with a burnt up purple side of his face?
Well, and that's the thing. This is like the audience is sitting in a circle around the center as they do in a big circus tent, but towards the camera, he's got his lawyer side facing, so everybody's like, "Oh, the ringmaster sounds different." And then he turns and they see. I'm like, what about the people on the other half of the building?
Yeah.
Shouldn't they already be vacating?
right?
They're checking out those tight buns up above him, dude. He knew what he was doing.
And then he has the giant cartoon bomb, which I guess is a reference to
I
the
know, with
original
the
series.
countdown. Oh, it's so bad.
200
Sometimes you
pounds
just
of
can't get
TNT.
rid of a bomb.
Yeah, we've all seen the fourth one.
And actually, it's very similar to the original Batman series because Dick Grayson, the crime-fighting Graysons now decide they can stop this. So Dick goes up and literally takes this bomb and throws it off the top of a building.
Beach ball sound when it hits, by the way. This metal container.
Which, by the way, he was smart. He went up into the ceiling. They're like flailing around on the poles, literally do nothing. He gets this bomb up and out by himself. All they had to do was just hang back, and everything would have been fine.
Right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been
Go,
murdered.
go with them.
Yeah, go with
Also,
him.
Everybody get out on the roof.
This guy just lifted 200 pounds of dynamite plus whatever that sphere weighs.
Uh-huh.
Somebody could have helped him.
Mhm.
Should have helped him.
I mean, apparently Robin is stronger than Batman. I guess we just saw Batman break down a solid oak door. So
True.
but I mean, this thing's got to weigh 300 pounds, and he's just like, "Hup."
I mean, he's in
He has
good
to
shape.
carry his peoples.
You saw him do
I guess that's
laundry.
fair.
Yeah,
He's
kung
he's
fu
He's
laundry.
in tremendous shape.
Fucking-
That scene is so annoying.
So bad.
We're almost there.
Pointless.
Hold off.
Alfred's
Sorry.
face.
One
dude.
moment. So I'm more telling myself because I'm about to go off on that.
But Val Kilmer does give himself up, but somehow nobody sitting within 2 feet of him hears him. He stands up. He's
Right?
like, "I'm Batman."
But
I'm
you would
over
also
here."
probably just think that he's being noble.
Until he swings down on a fucking
That
rafter
yes.
and starts kicking people's
Because when
asses.
he yells
and
like,
tucks.
Harvey, I'm Batman. And like, I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
But
I'm
Chase Meridian is
Spartacus.
sitting like her face
Right
is
next to
inches
him.
away from his junk, which means it's not that far from his head.
Which head?
This head.
She didn't hear him.
No.
All right, whatever. Movie. So I do like the explosion.
I mean, look at the last one we just recorded, Batman Returns, but with Christopher Walken. Bruce, what are you doing dressed up like Batman? Like no one buys it.
yeah.
I'm Batman. Shut up. There's real danger happening, Bruce. Shut the fuck up.
Look, we've all seen the movie. I do like the underwater explosion. It looks cool.
I love
Sounded
it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got new surround sound, so I was like, crank it. I was in my room just cranking it.
So then we cut to the falling Graysons, and Dick's family is
Oh.
dead.
Oh.
And I like his like looking down through the hole at the top. It's just very comical to me. He's looking down and he's just like, "Oh."
Because he can't emote. They're probably like, all right, give us your best like sad face. Well, that's the best we're getting.
I mean, he could have screamed. He could have been like,
No.
no.
I am
couldn't
D'Artagnan.
have.
No, he needed to look pensive in that moment and
Yeah.
every other moment.
Yeah.
And
No.
if
He's brooding. He's a dark, brooding character.
I just didn't know that pensive was a way to describe cardboard.
Derek's like, do you know why he has an earring in? I was like, to make him look cool. And he's like,
Because
exactly.
he's edgy.
Exactly. That's why I was reading it, and it's like they wanted him to have the earrings so he looked more hip.
Magic
younger.
earring Robin.
I'm like, oh, cool.
And
fucking-
younger. He's playing half his age.
Oh, that's a Barbie reference.
Yeah,
Got
that was a Barbie reference.
Oh, I
Magic
missed it.
earring Kengan.
Oh.
I didn't say any of those words right, but you got it.
I speak Derek. It's
Well
fine.
done. Yeah, no shit.
So Commissioner Gordon leaves Robin at Wayne Manor because I guess that's where wayward orphans go.
Well, I
Right?
mean,
Like, why
Wayne
did
was
it-
watching it, so off screen he adopted him.
Well, he would like, he's like, sorry to spring this on you, but the kid's got to stay with you.
Oh,
And I-
the commissioner did say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just like, he's like, I just stayed here long enough for him to leave. By the way, he's still in the driveway because it's 18 miles long. But I waited for him to leave, but I'm not staying here. I don't want them to put me in the system or whatever. And again, I'm like, you're fucking 40.
Yeah. You are the system, motherfucker. Put on a suit and tie and go to work.
Like, I'm going to walk up to somebody and be like, I'm afraid they're going to put me in an orphanage right now and see if they believe me.
Dude, talking about a cot and 3 hots. I'll fucking sign me up for an orphanage.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Please, sir, may I have some health care?
Right?
But I like the way they entice him because Bruce is like, well, gas up, help yourself, and then you can be on your
He
way.
takes him to his
Yeah.
Jay Leno
Takes him
garage.
to his Jay Leno garage. I got this motorcycle right here. This is a Dark Knight's my favorite one. Look at
You
this
have
one
two
over
of
here.
them.
I have 2 of these. If you fix them, maybe
This is-
maybe you can
Hey,
keep
what
them.
do you think of that, Kevin Eubanks? Brrr.
I do like it's basically like, well, if somebody fixed him,
I don't
they
know
could
who.
keep
I
one.
don't know who, but someone could have one. And then Alfred comes in with this fucking like
Oh, burger, onion
ring,
rings.
baconator.
I'm so hungry.
Oh, I guess I'll just throw this to the dogs. Right
Hey,
then.
Al, wait.
Hold on there, Al. Let me have some of that room temperature milk you're holding on that tray to wash down that onion ring
Yeah.
bacon burger.
Look, the burger sounds great.
Yeah.
I don't need a chalice of milk.
And I think about this every time someone brings me out in a tray. I'm like, what temperature's that? It better be fucking ice cold.
I put ice in
That
it for
better
you.
have just get your ice out of my milk.
I keep telling her she puts ice in milk. I'm like, just make ice cubes out of milk, and then you can do that.
Okay, you're both wrong. She's wronger.
At least when it melts, it becomes milk.
I'd rather you just fucking put the milk in the freezer and then wait for it to thaw and then drink it.
I'm not saying it's the correct way. I'm saying if you
Then-
want to add ice
Ugh.
to your milk,
All right, but both of you are more correct than bringing me room temperature
better
milk.
idea. coffee ice cubes to put in your milk.
Oh,
I hate cold coffee.
But then your milk becomes coffee.
better idea. Frozen stones that you put in your whiskey to not water down. You put it in your milk to not water it down, and it's still.
Or you just drink your milk fast enough.
I
that
don't
it-
want to
You
see
just
things
drink it
in my
from the
milk.
carton, okay?
Oh God, how you guys married?
You
each
just
other?
pour
Animals.
you just pour shot glasses of milk, and you stand there. You're just like, goosh,
So you
goosh,
pour,
goosh.
Vern, here's what you do. You pour a bunch of milk on a mirror, you get a blow dryer, you dry it out, you chop it up. Dairy.
Just do lines of evaporated milk.
Okay.
Oh, the
here's what
powdered
you
milk.
do.
Oh, there you go.
Evaporated milk and a razor blade. I like to complicate things, apparently. I'll get organically
You
dried.
just like to snort things. It's fine.
So Two-Face is pretending to be an old lady.
Uh-huh.
And the carriage with the baby
with the
carriage.
baby
And
carriage.
we're back to what we don't know what year Gotham is because all these cars are 50s.
Yeah.
Loving
Clearly,
it.
the Batmobile's not, unlike the other Batmobile where
There
it kind of
is
fits
some
in.
on location shooting in this movie, unlike Returns, which was all sets.
Yeah.
So like they're in LA, and you can see like 1994 cars parked on the street.
Mhm.
But then everything that happens like that's involving the movie is all like these fucking crazy pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Like that are these fucking Two-Face guys are driving.
I loving them.
Two-Face shows up with a rocket launcher. Batman has sideways wheels.
This is better than the pylon that comes out that
It's
turns
better.
your car.
It
This
is
is just
better.
like,
Oh yeah.
this thing is breakdancing.
Because you know what those sideways wheels can also do?
Go forward.
Turn your car 180 degrees.
Yep.
You don't need a fucking 18-ton pylon in the bottom of your shit.
Yeah.
It's not that heavy. It's a short pylon.
Still adding weight, though.
Yeah, unnecessary weight.
Got to keep that thing trim.
Well, you can't drive it up a wall with all that weight in the bottom.
It's going
Right.
to catch on the brick.
Where is that car going, by the way?
Up, and out.
Well, 'cause
But-
that's right now. He drives up the wall. He shoots he does a wheelie in the Batmobile.
But
Yeah.
I will give him this. They had a flame come out.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but at least it's not just popping out of nowhere.
Well, because the car goes up, it's probably about 30-degree angle, and it shoots this grappling hook that goes at a 180-degree angle directly up to this gargoyle.
Science.
Drives up the wall, but when he gets to the top, the car's just dangling now.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, he's going to drive over and then onto the arm of the statue and off the hand. Oh no, wait, that's the next one.
And then wings pop out. I don't know.
They all do transform, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when he gets to the top, he shoots off the sides like in Batman Returns, and it just becomes a little tube, and then he just like undoes and he just launches himself. And once he's high enough, just ejector
No,
seat.
he pulls up on this roof and he's like, all right, now just hold still. Once Two-Face is gone, we'll descend right back the way we came.
Once the fire has subsided from me murdering these
We're up
dozen
in the
goons.
smog. They can't see us. We'll just hang right
Shit,
here.
it's Gotham. Look up. You see him? I see clouds. I see smog.
So now we see Jim Carrey again, and he's trying to come up with names for his new supervillain.
Get
Yeah.
to it.
Nah.
Not you. I'm saying him. I'm like, get to
Nah.
it, dude.
I did the one that did make me laugh because it's like the Puzzler, which is probably a real one.
Superman.
Okay, the Game Master, and then Captain Kill, and he's just dressed as Rambo.
Yeah.
I love that. He should have gone with that one.
That one made me laugh.
That's what I said too. I was like, Captain Kill's great.
No, this weird
Riddler behind him.
Zoltana thing that he's got in
Uh-huh.
his room there is just like bad idea. Bad idea.
Question mark,
Do you
man.
want to be 30?
Good idea.
Do you wish you were big or what, dude? I got one fucking trick, all right? Tom Hanks was here. They put me in this stupid outfit, but I can still do it.
Like they took off the black wig and the bandana because it's offensive.
It's offensive.
They just put on the green hat.
And this
the
can't
green
offend
t-
anybody because nobody knows what the fuck it is. That's why it's got question marks. What
It
are
can't
you?
offend
Oh.
anyone. It's got a red wig and it's creepy. So no, just kidding.
And they got him in green. He might be a leprechaun. Told you that's why I don't wear green.
But he just, they don't show him settle on it. But the thing's like, hey, this cool fucking question mark that you clearly designed and you've already used 3 times.
How many outfit changes did you notice for the Riddler's
4?
costume?
Oh,
I don't
yeah, he had a
remember,
lot.
but I do know my favorite one.
The overcoat, the
The
suit?
Liberace.
Yeah, the white
The
one with the
Liberace's
green
your
one.
favorite?
because it's the most insane. I like the coat because it's the coolest looking. I like his it helps me when I'm jogging at night. That's funny.
The coat with
and
the bowler
coat's
hat's
good.
my favorite look.
The coat and everything it looks the least dumb.
Yes.
But the white jumpsuit with the green question marks is the most fucking insane. 'Cause that's also when he's got the
fire
Ace
hair.
Ventura devil horns going
He's got
on.
the fucking heat miser hairdo.
And like that whole final sequence is just like that's when Jim Carrey's off the rails more, and it works the most because
Yeah.
he's also cracking at that point.
Yes,
So.
it's good manic
It's also the
energy.
sparkliest one.
There's like 4 or 5, right? Or is there 6?
Yeah, there's at least 4. There might be 6.
I think there might be
He's
6.
altering. I mean, just
Yeah.
who's his costume
Every time
guy?
you see
Who's
him.
his hairdresser?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, you know
he
who it
goes
is?
from
Either sugar or spice.
He
Yeah.
took sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, we
'Cause he
didn't
goes-
talk about
well, he
Sugar
goes
and
from-
Spice.
well,
I don't
that's
think we're
coming
there
up right
yet. Yeah,
now.
we're not there
That's
yet.
right now. But he's going from he has red hair when he meets Val Kilmer, almost natural looking,
Well,
but
it's
not
like
quite.
brownish.
It's like a
My
deep
color.
mauve.
Yeah, it's a dark red kind of thing. And then when he becomes the Riddler, he's got the pink red, like the really bad, like bleach red.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he's got normal Jim Carrey hair, and then he goes back to the red, and then back to Jim Carrey hair, and then back to the red, and I'm like,
So he's like a drag queen. He can do wig reveals, outfit changes.
I
all
guess the
sorts of
Jim
stuff.
Carrey hair is just a wig now.
I mean,
Yeah.
Enigma is pretty much a drag name, right?
Right?
And respect where it's due.
Yes.
You do.
But we see Two-Face's lair, the split down the middle, and we have Debbie Mazar and Drew Barrymore.
Ow!
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know who I like more.
They're playing their
depends on my
perspective
mood.
roles.
Yeah. I think I want the Tommy Lee Jones approach, and I choose both.
Yeah, you got a day and night. You're good.
I will say Drew Barrymore seems like, I mean, she probably wants fancier things, but she seems like less maintenance because waiting for Debbie Mazar to get ready to go out, that's
Yeah,
hours.
but Mazar's going to do butt stuff. It might be yours or hers, but it's butt stuff.
Oh
The
no,
makeup-
Drew Barrymore's doing butt stuff. She literally tells Bruce Wayne, "You can call me anything you
Yeah.
want." So she's down.
Debbie, her makeup in this movie is what women are, or any people who wear makeup are doing today.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is
You're
things
right,
I
Well,
see.
yeah.
Debbie
outside.
Mazar in
She's
this,
an Instagram goth mommy.
I
Yes,
was
she
just
is.
about to say she looks a lot like a lot of the girls I follow on Instagram, except for that hair.
Yeah.
Like the
The hair
color,
is
the
dated.
streaks and stuff is one thing, but like
Medusa.
the weird, crazy one standing up.
It's the Medusa thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too much for me.
Well, that's because Harvey's hair is all
I must have
crazy.
looked at her
Yeah.
because I started turning to stone down there. I must have looked Medusa right in the eyes. Uh-oh, it's freezing up. I should have used a mirror.
I looked her right in the brown eye.
Oh, no. I looked her right in the thighs.
And Riddler breaks into Two-Face's lair here, and they have their back and forth. But the thing, and it's supposed to be funny, and I guess it was kind of funny. I definitely laughed at it in 1995 when I saw this in theaters. But when he's sticking the little brain doodad on
Yeah.
the Riddler's head and on
Anybody
his
else
head,
feel like a fried egg?
yeah, because it's definitely this is your brain on drugs, right?
Yeah.
So, and I definitely laughed at that joke. But it was 1995, and it was summer, so I was 9.
I also just, now, like, knowing that Tommy Lee Jones hated him, it makes it fun to watch their scenes together.
Oh yeah, you could see
Well,
the
and
hatred.
it
You
actually
can. You
it
can.
makes Two-Face's actions toward the Riddler make more sense.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because the Two-Face clearly can't stand the Riddler either.
Mm-hmm.
And he
But
sabotages
he's
the
a
Riddler
Like,
anytime
why
he
shouldn't
can.
I kill you
Mhm.
right fucking now?
well, up to a point, he's a means to an end until he gets tired of his buffoonery.
Yeah, because the whole thing here, he's like, you're gonna kill Batman, and then you're gonna have fucking postpartum depression, and like, why not just ruin his
Post-murder depression. He's not giving birth.
partum means goodbye, right?
Well,
Like-
postpartum.
Or sorry, pardon my French. Fix it in postpartum. So the whole plan is let's ruin his life and then kill him.
Which they don't really do.
They try,
They
but it
blow
doesn't
up the
work.
Batcave.
Well, I think what it's also supposed to be, and it doesn't get strung out, but they brief mentioned that the Enigma shares are selling 2-to-1 over Wayne Enterprise. Talk about a takeover, Bruce. You know,
Okay.
so maybe
Oh, when he's dressed up as Bruce?
yes.
Mhm.
After
Yeah, later
taking
on.
How's my mole?
glasses off, how's my mole?
The
Derek,
mole,
that
the
got a
Val
laugh
Kilmer
from-
mole.
It's
The glasses
great.
were the best part of that. As
He
soon
takes
as
them off
soon
at
as
the
Bruce
same
Wayne
time.
puts them on, he puts them on. As soon as he takes them off,
It's
yeah.
great because he's got an obsessive fucking personality. And the
Yeah.
only way to get rid of it is to kill Batman.
Yeah, I don't think they explored that enough because it
No.
really was more about him like being obsessed with him and wanting to be him and take over.
It's
Yeah.
that scene in one line.
and it's dropped. It's never really.
I could do with more.
Whitney had a good point when we were watching this, though. So the Riddler shows up at the lair, right? And Two-Face is like, "How'd you get here?"
And the stuff's already there.
Yeah, his machines are there.
Yep. Because how do you think he figured it out? He
used the.
he
He says
blooped one of his henchmen or one of the chicks.
Oh.
okay
It's off camera
because he
stuff.
says he found him with the dildo,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but then the blenders are already there.
Yeah. He had one of the chicks take the blenders up there.
Tommy Lee Jones was just like, "Ooh, martinis."
There
I
is
guess
a
you don't put
mistake, though.
martinis in a blender. Margaritas. There we go.
Blended martini. Oh, Just heavy olives.
Look, I don't know.
The blender should have been on the light side though, because they stick out on fucking Deborah Mazar's fucking side. Like, why do you have white over there? You don't like anything white.
And then we cut back to the Wayne Manor, and this is when we get karate laundry.
Yes, stupidest fucking thing. I'm so
bad.
fighting. Like nudge the roommate. It's like, look at this bullshit.
And I mean, you know what it's supposed to show. It's like, oh, look, he's already talented in
But it's
martial
not
arts. But
showing
it's so
me anything.
stupid.
It shows that he can't use a dryer.
Yeah,
Or apparently a washer.
it shows me that you're not able to accept help.
Right?
And B, you might just be that stupid you can't use a fucking dryer.
And Alfred's watching him, and like it's supposed to be a look of like, oh, this guy knows fucking martial arts. But to me, it just looked like, look at this fucking mess I have to clean up now.
He totally made
Because he
that.
does slap the mop down on the ground, but he just goes 1, 2,
I thought
and
it
walks
was more
out.
like you're gonna mop that spot, not the rest of the floor.
Exactly.
Or
like,
the
Fucking
machines.
prick. Yeah, there's water
you
everywhere.
can see the front of the machines are splattered with water.
Well, no, he was showing Alfred, here's what you're going to fix and clean up. Bye.
Here's how you mop. Later.
You like how I did that, old man?
Do I look like Jim Carrey? I can't work with this fucking staff.
Dude, Jim Carrey's doing
Dude,
some
his
cane
staff
work.
work is
yeah.
amazing.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I
He's
heard
good.
he like broke a bunch of furniture in his trailer just trying to practice with his cane.
That makes me so happy. Another cane.
That's what I do anytime I get a pool cue in my hand or
I'm not playing pool with you.
You've seen me do it.
Jim Carrey is just like, I need another espresso machine. And they're like, we just bought you one. He's like, yeah.
But you also bought me a new cane.
You know this cane with a giant golden question mark on it? I wasn't practicing with the question mark before. Just
Here's a
stick.
riddle for you. How am I getting my caffeine before noon if I don't have an espresso machine?
And then he just hits the
It's just
assistant
a
with the
dick
cane.
it's just a dick to everybody. Here's a riddle. Where's my fucking lunch?
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Where the fuck is my goddamn Reuben?
Hey, riddle me this. Where are you going to work tomorrow?
Ain't
gonna be here.
Union.
fired.
So they go on a crime spree together, do some stuff. It's fine.
I really enjoy the part where he's like, teach me how to punch a man. You know, Tommy Lee Jones
Oh, yeah.
like,
Oh,
fist,
yeah.
reach back,
Ow.
bam. Yeah, he does. He just gives that Jim Carrey only, like, ow.
I just wonder why these security guards, like I understand they're held hostage.
Right.
But the one that he's punching especially, just standing stoically still.
It's because he knew it was Jim Carrey. He's like, oh, let's see this.
Good
I
luck.
wish you would fucking hit me.
And then there's another another riddle. There's only one Riddler.
Only one Riddler.
Well, actually, now there's two.
Two diddlers.
Because Paul Dano is the Riddler, too.
Oh,
But
that's right.
actually, there's three because there was one in Batman 66. We won't go there.
Frank Ocean.
Yes. Who was supposed to be in this
nerds.
movie. I think he was supposed to have a cameo in this movie, but then he didn't. Something. Probably old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something old side.
But it's something about pawns. It doesn't matter at the end because all these riddles are only about the number that's in each thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they get the other riddle. This is once the town knows about the Riddler. So this is being delivered to Bruce Wayne, and Alfred's like, hey, it looks like you both have an enemy. Yeah. All right.
This one, the riddle, I'm sorry, not to contradict you, but this is the matchstick one.
No, the
eight of
matchstick's
us.
the second one.
That was earlier. We passed
Oh.
that. This is 8 of us go forth, 8 of us go back.
Oh, that is
The
that
We
one.
just
Pawns.
missed the
Just
matchstick
pawns.
one.
That's fine.
It doesn't
But
matter.
like
Okay.
Derek said, it's just the numbers.
Cut
Like, they're
it.
not even that clever. It's
No.
like I was red, now I'm black.
Yep.
Okay.
He struck me on the head, and what was red is now black. I was like, match.
Yeah.
And yes, I've seen this movie somewhat recently. I do not remember the answers to the riddles from watching it.
I definitely didn't remember the vowel one.
I watched the 89 Returns and this in the same day. So the number of beers I'd had by the time this came on, I don't remember the answers to the riddles. But the thing is, I read that like the puzzle master for New York Times or some shit who does the crossword came up with these riddles. And then once I watched it, I was like, fire that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was his cast off. It's the one that the newspaper's like, no. He's like, well, the movies will take it.
Dude, fucking Bleep's 9-year-old daughter hits me with riddles harder than this one. Sometimes she's like, all right, what about this? I'm like, fuck. I gotta Google this before this 9-year-old calls me out.
Alfred has probably my favorite line in the entire movie here, if I heard it right. I was taking a note at the time, but the way I heard it, Robin's trying to, or sorry, not Robin yet. Dick Grayson is like, hey, what's in this room? It's the only one that's locked. Apparently he's just walking through this
heard it
place
right.
looking at every room.
I mean, why wouldn't
Did I
you?
hear it right?
That's what I would do if I was given
Bruce's
free
dead
reign.
wives.
Master Wayne's dead wives.
It's
Good
the
God.
silver room.
That's fucking hilarious.
Dude, there's got to be more staff than Alfred, right?
No.
I mean, we never addressed what really happened to Vicky Vale. I'm just saying.
That's true. All we know is that she found out.
No, in returns, he says it didn't work out.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's dead.
Yeah, it's hard to date a dead chick at the bottom of the ocean.
What happened to Selena Kyle? One day he found her fucking prowling around the roofs, and she knows he's Bruce Wayne, dead.
Only one life left at
He
that
heard
point.
her in the alley fucking all those dudes, and he got jealous because she's a cat.
Yeah. Out there with your sexual escapades.
Oh, Miss Kitty.
Oh, Miss Kitty.
And then we kind of, the Enigma box is out. Everybody's got one in their home. We cut back to Dick Grayson watching Alfred go into secret room.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I'm
"Yeah,
up here.
good
I'm
night."
watching you.
No.
Yeah, as soon as Alfred goes in, he screams as loud as possible in an empty manor with tons of echoes. No!
It would have been great if Alfred pops back out. What's that?
Right? Like,
As he's
did he not hear that? Yeah.
He just deadbolts the door and watches him run into it.
This
Aw.
door needs to close a lot faster if it's the entrance to your secret lair.
Yeah.
Because this guy pops and flips and jumps all around this house. Like, this is 45 seconds of
Do
acrobatics.
we get a cool entrance into a Batcave in this one?
The only
He had
one really
the-
was the chair. It's not cool,
He's
but the
like,
closest thing they had
"Chair."
is the chair in his office.
That's right. Turns you like a coffin
Oh,
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes-
Sarcophagus.
Because at
Yeah.
first I was like, why don't they just have him go down a slide like Michael Keaton did? But then I realized, because he's at Wayne Enterprises, he's got to
A
go
little
across
nomadic
town.
tube or
Oh,
something.
that's right.
Yeah.
He did a slide that's barely faster than the stairs.
Yeah. And then so Dick Grayson steals the Batmobile and takes it for a joyride. And apparently I read that every time the Batmobile was being driven, it was a stunt driver, obviously. Except for this, because Chris O'Donnell was like, no, I want to drive it. And then he crashed into a curb and broke the fender.
Asshole.
I could see that. But he broke the LED lights. That was the biggest problem.
This is 1995. You know how much those cost?
Right?
You can't just order more on fucking Amazon for 1993. That's right. That's a weird number.
That's a very weird number.
It's Amazon.
And doesn't he run into En Vogue when he's cruising around?
Yeah, En Vogue is
I
they're
thought it was
Are
them.
those the corner girls?
Yep, those are the.
Fucking hell.
and then he meets up with Don the Dragon Wilson's raver gang, and I was very disappointed to find that Don the Dragon Wilson does two like roundhouse kicks,
Dude,
and then
it
gets
sets
knocked
it
out
up
by
for a boss
fucking
battle
Chris
because
O'Donnell.
he saves the girl and then takes on a couple of the goons, and then it's like, all right, dude, cracks neck, like let the boss at him. Yeah, two missing roundhouses knocked out.
Okay, so that's three. That's three Indiana Jones bits in this.
But I don't think this is supposed to be a bit. This is just them like, we don't really need a fight scene here. We just need this to show that Chris O'Donnell
This is
can
them.
fight.
They had a
Yeah.
fight scene, and then they finished the edit, and they were like 2 hours and 8 minutes. We can get it to 2:01.
Yeah. Sorry, Don. Dude, Don showed up on set and got makeup done for this shit.
Well, it's supposedly, from what I read at least, Joel Schumacher like personally invited him to come and do it. Like he's like, "Hey, I like your shit. Come do this." And then he like, and it also, but what I also read said it took 4 days to shoot this. And I'm
what
like,
a slap in the
what?
face.
What 4 days did this take?
4 days. Wow.
Although you got to install black lights.
Oh.
I guess that
And-
includes all the painting.
You got to go to
and-
Spencer's and get all the black lights. Then you got to get the glow in the dark paint from Spencer's.
Well, and the problem was Spencer's ran out of black lights, and they had to wait for the truck to come.
Oh man!
They don't have a black light supplier in Hollywood yet.
And I'll tell you what, trucks delivering Spencer's gifts in Gotham ain't gonna make it, dude. That's where the Joker gets all of his best ideas.
Fucking, you see this big black dildo fell off the back of a truck. I'm going to sell it to Harry the Hatchet, though. And that's when he makes out with a teenager, which is fun. And
Fun
then
for everybody involved.
and
How
then
does he
real
make it?
Batman shows up, and everybody basically just runs away.
There was a lot of people. Like, they probably could have slowed him down a little bit.
yeah, well, yeah, because second
Uh,
wave has come out, right?
2 words: dog pile. That's all I'm saying. Have we ever tried just suffocating Batman to death? Sure, a bunch of you bottom ones are gonna die too, but for the greater good.
Did you say Don Pile?
For the greater
Don Pile
good.
for the greater good. Don Pile's good.
Don the Dragon Wilson Pile.
Everybody, Don Pile. Batman's like, oh no, my only weakness.
We're due for another the Dragon movie.
You set him up, dude.
We can do the one Red Sun Rising where he plays a Japanese guy and then has to speak Japanese, but then they dub him because he doesn't actually know Japanese.
There shouldn't be another option. That's just the one we do.
It's a fun movie.
You started with the best fucking answer. Hey, do you want to go shoot fireworks and a bunch of guns, or there's no or?
Or do you want to look at a wall?
Or we could take a nap.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes naps
Dude, I
are.
don't fucking care
yeah,
how tired I am. Fireworks and firearms.
you're there.
Two of
well,
my favorite things with the word fire in it.
the day we're recording this is the first day it hit 100 degrees outside. So we doing like, well, take a nap first.
Take a
And
nap
then when
during
the
the
sun
daytime.
goes down, guns and
Right.
fireworks.
Well, you just have to stay up all night because we go shooting early. That way the sun's there, just barely heating you up. Derek's gonna be 5:30 in the morning, just fucking.
But the
still
fireworks.
kicking.
Just
You can't do
hammered
fireworks
drunk.
in the sun.
Fireworks at 4 in the morning. Sorry.
Fireworks before the guns.
Yes.
Oh.
Guns at the fireworks. Guns full of fireworks. I'm onto something here.
I think that's just called a
Flare gun.
no,
Yep.
what are those? The tubes and the
Roman
foop-foops.
candle.
Roman candle. The tubes and the foop foops. You know what I meant.
Tube of the foop foops could also be you talking about sex when you're 10 years old. Like 10-year-old Derek's like, the tubes and the foop foops, Mom. I don't know about the birds and the bees, but I know all about the tubes and the foop foops.
Foop foops is code for fallopian tubes.
And you learn new things every day.
Every day.
Stampede
Aren't you
for
glad you're
educational.
here?
Yes.
Anyway, these guys over here talking about tubes and the foop foops. I am trying to learn.
And Dick Grayson's over here talking about murdering Two-Face.
Proceed with the show.
Batman tells him, it'll make you sad, boy. Don't murder him. And he's like, yeah, I'm probably going to do it. This is like the 5th time it's happened. But
And I also love how just so perfectly set up it is where he's like, you don't know. Your parents weren't killed by a psychopath.
How do you not know that? Wasn't that
Yeah,
big
they
news in Gotham?
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Well, he's not from Gotham.
oh, that's true.
yeah, he's from
You
a
would
traveling
still,
circus.
I think you would still know about one of the world. Everyone heard Elon Musk's fucking stupid kid's name.
I have no idea.
What is it?
Oh, it's like X23497.
Yeah,
it's
Jet
unpronounceable. It's
I know that
weird.
his dad owned a jade mine, and that's where his money
Or
comes
is
from.
emeralds? I thought it was emeralds.
Was it emeralds?
Hemorrhoids? He owns hemorrhoids?
I know it's
It's-
something in South Africa that takes advantage of human labor in
Uh-huh.
a negative way.
It could be both.
I do know Walt Disney bought his parents a house, and his mom was killed from a gas leak in the house that he bought her.
He definitely didn't set that up either.
Whoa. Did he find out his mom was Jewish?
Oh no!
Wow.
Worst people.
Oh,
It's okay to laugh, honey.
anybody
It might
listening?
not be okay to laugh.
Anybody listening? Just know that it's because Walt Disney is a famous anti-Semite, not
Yes.
because Jack thinks that he should gas Jewish people.
No, not at all. Actually, I fucking love Jewish people.
I just want to make sure that there's not a listener that's like, wow, that guy.
No,
doesn't
that's
like
a
Jewish
definitely
people.
just a vibe or a dig right at fucking Disney.
I feel like it's widely known, but there might
Yeah.
be that listener that's
I just
like,
always think of the
yeah.
Family Guy where it's like, oh yeah, his head's frozen or he's frozen. Are the Jews gone? Nope. Put me back in.
yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, so we
I blame
have
Mel Gibson.
we have Enigma's big gala event, and we already covered the Bruce Wayne copycat.
Yeah.
Basically, the big thing here is he's stealing Bruce Wayne's brain imprint.
He's got Drew Barrymore helping by showing the power supply is a glow stick
Yep.
full of kryptonite juice.
And then steal it. And then bringing it when he goes into the room, pulls out another lit glow stick and sticks it back in the machine.
Especially in a movie where there's no sweat involved, there's very few things I like more than something pulled from cleavage. It's just like the coolest spot in the movie. Especially right between Drew Barry's s'mores. Drew's berries.
And that's the real sugar right there.
Why do they call you sugar? Whoop. Oh.
That's booger sugar, baby.
Yes, to say she just pulled cocaine out of her cleavage.
No, I think it's whatever you're looking
It's
for.
white.
Dude. Like you're looking for some sugar for your coffee. She's like, whoop, packet of sugar. You eating pizza? Whoop, crushed red peppers.
To be
Oh,
fair,
man,
I
they
have
didn't
seen a
put it in-
drag queen pull out a glass, ice, a mixer, and alcohol, and all from.
I want to see that.
Yeah. Silky Nutmeg
sounds-
Ganache.
I used
Say
to
the name again.
Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Silky Nutmeg Ganache. That's
Is that
awesome.
the drink or the drag queen?
The drag queen, but
Alright,
maybe
just
the drink. I don't know.
Dude, but that would be a fucking thing to see.
I used to do that all the time.
Make martinis.
Well, no, like
Martinis.
you witnessed me pull shit out of my boobs. I'm just like,
Whoa,
here's
whoa,
this. Not shit.
It was like fucking
This is not too
Sylvester
gross.
Stallone is not around here anywhere, man.
But like my
Whitney
hair
has like
ties.
a you know the gear up scenes I like in action movies. Whitney's the opposite, but it's just all of her boobs, like keys, vape, water bottle.
No, that's her
another
gearing
one.
up to leave, but it's just a close up of cleavage with things being shoved in there.
So we just wrote Scary Movie 6.
Yes.
9,
I think they're
69.
way past that. Yeah. His drag queen story ruined my joke about pulling ketchup out for a hot dog. So let's move
Sorry.
on.
No, don't you be sorry. That was much better.
It was much
than
better.
Whatever he was gonna poop up there. But yeah, so Bruce Wayne does go in and gets gotched.
Yeah.
And they get at least the image of somebody holding a giant bat puppet. Like this video is so stupid, dude. You couldn't just get a bat.
So what does his brain look like? It's a bat flying. That's it.
Could be a rich guy obsessed with Batman.
Yeah.
I mean,
He could be a I don't know, cryptozoologist. He's obsessed with large bat creatures.
He could be a villain, and
Is
he's
that a
scared
real
of the
thing?
Batman.
Oh, it's like Monarch shit.
Cryptozoologists are people. It's a real thing, but not.
But they also study King Kong.
Yeah, they're people who quote unquote study like cryptids, which would be
Chupacabras
like
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Chupacabra.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a real thing-ish.
about things that aren't real.
I mean, there are people who call themselves that. If those creatures were real, it would be a real
It's a
thing.
real profession. Just like psychics.
So Two-Face comes in, crashes the gala.
Bang,
Jim Carrey's
bang,
upset about
motherfucker.
it. Batman drops through the fucking dome glass ceiling, and he's like, your entrance was good. His was better.
Difference, showmanship.
Which I feel like that was also improvised because at this point, Tommy Lee Jones is like expressed to Jim Carrey he's over his shit.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hey, the difference between good and bad? Showmanship. Fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh, the shade of it all.
Although Tommy Lee Jones is giving some showmanship.
He was.
He is.
Oh,
That's
he
what
was.
I'm saying. You're just as wild. Maybe
He's-
not as wild, but you're fucking wild.
Did Tommy
Very.
Lee Jones not see Under Siege?
I did. What were you saying, Mama?
I think that Tommy Lee Jones is a true actor for the fact that he is actually acting and going beyond and above and beyond what I was expecting of him to do. In
He's
this.
doing this role more
Oh, yeah.
justice than he needs to. He
Yeah.
could have shown up and done whatever, but he's
he could've
giving us a
phoned it in like
performance
Chris.
that keeps me awake. I'm sorry that you fell asleep or were about to.
He's playing a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Yes,
He is.
Basically, yeah.
He got the fucking memo.
And I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Unlike O'Donnell.
Yeah.
well,
He-
I
don't
Donald
think he.
got the memo. He just can't read. I don't know what these things say.
Did you see the
What's-
earring?
Mom, what's ACT spell?
See the earring? That meant he couldn't read.
He's like, Mom, you have to go through the script and highlight all my lines.
He was running lines in the trailer, but that meant pouring a fat line and running all the way across it.
But like Jim Carrey is doing more of just his Jim Carreying here because
Yeah.
his early career. But like he was a comedian, not an actor.
Yes.
per se. I mean, he had acted. Obviously, we talked
mean,
about
he
those
just
3
came off
movies,
of-
and he was on In Living Color.
In
The difference-
But
The
that's
difference
more
between-
a comedian, not an actor.
The difference between like this character and Ace Ventura and Mask are negligible.
Mhm.
You know, it's a
Yeah.
matter of makeup and wardrobe.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber, a little bit different, I think, but the other two, I mean, like this is the same fucking energy.
Well, this is one of those things we discussed. I think we brought up Chris Farley on a previous episode and like his not wanting to be typecast as like the fat guy, do
Yeah.
the fat guy humor. Same thing happened to Jim Carrey. He didn't end up dying, but he was like trying to do serious shit. Nobody was taking him seriously, and he kind of went crazy and went all fucking Timothy Leary in the woods for a while,
Yeah.
and then just reappeared with a big beard and like a real calm attitude. And I was like, whoa,
Does,
dude.
does Sonic the Hedgehog movies now.
Well,
I don't know about those. I didn't watch those, but he did that show Kidding. Michelle Gondry also,
Yeah.
because I mentioned Eternal Sunshine on our Patreon episode.
Such a good movie.
But Kidding is fucking amazing, and he's doing comedy, Jim Carrey style comedy, but also like really good acting because he went off and just had like a fucking walkabout, like Jim Morrison style. Speaking of Val Kilmer,
Wasn't he married to Jenny
McCarthy.
Oh, yeah.
and like jumped on
Well,
that
that'll kind of
bandwagon
make you
with
go crazy.
jumped on the bandwagon with like vaccines cause autism and
I don't know if he ever did. She's
Yeah.
the one who was out in public saying that shit. I think he was just sitting at home going like, "Good thing
I'm
we're
not
having
saying you're
kids."
wrong. I'm just gonna say I've never heard anything about him saying that. I'm more his.
I just know he was very much an advocate for autism. Like,
Yeah.
hey, let's figure out like these are people. Like,
Oh yeah.
I really liked when he showed back up with the crazy beard, though.
Oh, great look.
like
and
literally
great
out of
fucking
nowhere.
energy.
Didn't he show up at like some movie?
He
Award
like the
show.
first time we saw him was like, yeah, at a award show, and he had the crazy beard, and people are just like, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's going on with you?" And he's like,
Yeah, this
I
is
do
real.
remember that.
This doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You want me to answer your questions?
You have
Put me
no
in this
idea
box,
how much
man?
ice, or ice, how much acid I am on right now.
"Yeah, do you have any idea how fucked up I am right now? Why is this squid asking me questions?
I was just talking to Trey and Matt.
Tell me about the fucking golf shoes."
It's impossible walking this muck. There's no footing at all.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of Patreon?
I think I have.
Yeah, I think it's like a royal guard.
It's that maybe, but also it's a website where podcasters and other creators can get people to give them money for making their product.
You mean
Go
we
on.
can get paid for this?
Kind of. For a mere $3 a month, you, loyal listener, can feed or get drunk a starving podcaster.
I feel like we need some like Sarah McLachlan behind this kind of. I will remember you.
I almost did with arms wide open. I was like, that's not the song.
That's how you get people to not give you money.
So check it out. Patreon.com/worstpeople. That's WORSE. $3 a month. You get access to exclusive episodes. Find us, love us, Support us. Thank you. Chase Meridian at some point during this tells Batman, hey, meet me at midnight. Makes out with him. So he does go and meet her at midnight. Because
She's sleeping naked, by the way.
He defeats all those people. And I read that she's actually naked under that silk sheet.
I wish I could care.
But it's a
Sorry, I don't find it.
It's a cool choice to make because usually it's like I'm wearing full clothes, but I'm holding up the sheet. She was like, nah, it doesn't look good enough.
But her makeup and hair were still perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, have you ever seen, nobody did, but have you ever seen the movie Cold Mountain?
Oh, yeah.
Civil War movie that she did? Yeah. That was one of the biggest things.
It's a Civil War movie. I would have watched it.
Yeah, well, it stars Nicole Kidman,
and
her makeup and hair are also perfect through the entire thing. And I'm like, this is the Civil War. Stop lying to me.
Late 1800s. You are disgusting. Your teeth would be rotted.
Yeah. You go watch 1884. Look at them people.
Just because it's the Civil War era doesn't mean you can't wear salon products.
She gets dirty as shit in that movie.
But her teeth are still too perfect.
Well, the teeth, that's one thing. I mean, what are you going to do? Knock people's teeth out? This isn't Shoresy.
Gunk them up. It's fucking 2024. We got teeth gunk. Figure it out. Get some garlic paste.
I just like that, like, she tells Batman, like, hey, come meet me at midnight. And he gives this look like, did I just get cucked by myself? Like my own alter ego?
What a fetish, dude.
When he shows up at her house, though, she's like, actually, I'm into someone else. I'm like, you just got double cucked by your own self twice.
Self-cucked, double time, switcheroo.
Oh, in they try to, Two-Face tries to blow him up and he's got the hardening cape, which I'm sure is like probably a comic book thing.
Yeah.
I know it's definitely at least fireproof.
Dude, Two-Face
I don't know if
does
it gets
better
hard.
Without traps. Like, he does this whole trap thing and then Batman's still alive and he starts shooting his grenade launcher at him and like almost gets him. More of this. Less schemes and more rockets at Batman's face.
Yeah.
And it's when Dick Grayson shows up dressed like Flying Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Flying Dick. And saves Batman.
Leaping dicks you're about.
He saves Batman, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be your partner. Give me a name like Batboy or Nightwing," and that's the nerd line. That's the Easter egg.
Nightwing.
He said Nightwing, guys. That's who he becomes later.
Hey, look at that. He's gonna say it.
When he grows up and becomes an adult, like when he's 45, he'll be Nightwing.
He's gonna become Nightwing. It's gonna be super sweet. And then Jason Todd's gonna get killed, and he's gonna be the Red Hood.
I was very proud of Whitney, though. She recognized the name Nightwing.
Dope, because of Titans.
Yes.
Because of
not
Titans.
a bad show. Not a bad.
Great
I'm not judging that. Like that's a good reason to know.
That's
that.
exactly why.
Yeah.
I did not read fucking
Because in
DC
that
comic.
one,
I don't blame you for
in
that.
that one, Dick Grayson is Nightwing and Jason Todd is Robin, right? They're both there at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Because he starts out as being Robin, but he's left Batman, so he finds out about Jason Todd.
He's got that super cool staff.
I think it takes the entire first season for him to figure out Nightwing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightwing.
Then the Riddler and Two-Face look at the brain scan ? And
What kind of man has bats on the brain?
Yeah. All right.
Everybody
There's
in Gotham,
only
bitch.
one person.
Everybody in Gotham.
Right? Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Maybe he just read the newspaper before you scanned
Look
him.
how obsessed we are with celebrities on our fucking earth. Imagine one is a fucking bat that kicks ass. Consistently
He's a
beats
bat
up
who
clowns.
fights mobsters.
It's a bat. It's a fucking mobster fighting bat. Yeah, he's on my brain.
He's a bat who fights Richard Kind. Oh, no, wait, that's Colin Farrell.
After hours of makeup, you look like Richard Kind.
Right? Like the fuck?
Yeah.
Just get Richard Kind.
But I do like that performance.
It is a good performance. It just always made me laugh. And then basically Batman's like, you know what? Fine, I quit. I'm not going to be Batman anymore because you won't shut the fuck up. You said I couldn't stop you from being my sidekick? Well, no more Batman, so suck it.
Guess what, bitch?
Now the whole city's going to suffer because you're a little fuck.
You're a baby.
I'm telling Chase right now who I am, and I'm putting the cape up.
Little Boo's gonna be the baby, get his bottle. Like, dude.
Well, apparently Joel Schumacher didn't get along with Val Kilmer very much because he said he was acting childish and like being stupid, whatever, throughout this. But then I also read that during this, he was in the middle of a messy divorce that was being finalized. And it was like, that may have informed the way he was acting.
Yeah.
The chick from Willow.
Oh, was it?
The Doors had a big part of the divorce. She like because he just got into the character and he played the fucking Doors over and over and over, and she was like, I can't fucking listen to the Doors anymore.
Yeah, she's
that's
like the dude, but with the Doors instead of Eagles.
I just
fucking
hate
the Doors, man.
Had a rough date. I just fucking hate the Doors. Well, it turns out Val Kilmer hates Doors because he knocked one off in this movie.
He does.
Ooh, was it a subtle reference? It wasn't. It wasn't subtle, and it wasn't.
No, nothing subtle in this movie.
I liked him as
I
Jim
loved
Morrison.
it. Yeah, I'm not
The
talking shit about that.
movie is absolute horseshit, but I still enjoyed it because I think he did a great job, and I think Meg Ryan did a great job, and she's hit and miss for me. I mean, that was in the peak.
She's
of
more
Meg
miss than
Ryan.
hit.
Yeah. So Dick Grayson bounces. He's like, "Fine, I can't be your sidekick. I'm gonna leave."
I'm gonna walk this motorcycle down this alley.
Well, he doesn't want to start it at the house because Bruce Wayne might hear it from
That's exactly right.
from 8 acres away on the other side.
Yeah. I put that bitch in neutral and just fucking run down a hill.
Is this a trick-or-treating scene?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so again, it's an 18-mile long driveway. Where the fuck are these trick-or-treaters coming from, and where are their parents?
Dude.
Right, dude. This
This is Gotham.
Wayne Manor is outside of Gotham.
Yeah.
And it's like up on a hill. This is the Catskills to fucking New York, and people are like, "We're taking our kid." I mean, it's just Bruce Wayne's house. So yeah, we'll drive out there.
Everybody got a gold bar. Like everyone just gets a solid.
He's
nugget.
handing out Wonka bars, and there are 5 tickets.
Oh man, imagine Wonka for fucking Wayne Manor. They say no one goes in, no one comes out.
Would that make Dick Grayson an Oompa Loompa?
Yeah.
Or would it make him Charlie
Alfred's,
Bucket?
Yeah, Alfred's the Oompa Loompa.
Dick Grayson's Charlie Bucket.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Loompa.
I did notice they're sitting in front of the fireplace, him and Chase Meridian.
Different fireplace.
Very small fireplace compared to Batman Returns. Still a huge fireplace.
Yeah,
this
you're
one's
right.
only 12 feet wide and like 4 feet tall.
You
The
can only
other
walk
one was a
3
Beetlejuice.
people into this, not 6.
And they have to be shorter people.
Yes.
Like
Everyone's
my
ducking.
height.
Yeah, because that last one, as I commented, but neither of you have seen it, was a Citizen Kane fireplace.
Uh-huh.
This fireplace, you could fit 2 or 3 of this fireplace in Michael Keaton's fireplace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did know it's a different Wayne Manor altogether, and you've said why already.
Different people, different
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sets in L.A.
It's a different universe, bitch.
That's right, bitch.
So
Except it's not.
It's not supposed
But
to
it
be.
is.
same
but
universe.
It is.
Same universe. Pat Hingle, Michael Goff. They reference Catwoman.
What's the one parallel to us?
A bunch of them.
Like the parallel universe where everything's the same
Earth
except for one thing.
616.
616.
That's a Marvel joke.
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure everybody got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Just like later in this movie with Dick Grayson, you have to explain your jokes and they're funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Holy, what does he say?
Holy
Holy
rusted
Holy
metal.
rusted metal. Kill me.
And Val Kilmer gives like he's like, what? It's holy. It's the metal's all rusted and holy. Oh.
It's made out of metal and there's holes in it. Wait,
Of course,
wrong.
they had to do
Made out
that.
of metal, there's holes in it. Oh. All right.
It's dumb. There's like one grandpa laughing.
You know what?
Right.
Just say holy rusted metal and leave it.
That's the jokes we used to laugh at. We were punching Nazis.
That old show had some great stuff. I've only seen a few episodes, but one of my favorite things was I remember there was a shark. So they were hanging off like a helicopter, a bat.
Yeah, he's got the bat shark repellent.
Bat shark repellent are words that are said.
Yeah.
It's one of the few episodes I've seen. Get the bat shark repellent. I'm like, how prepared are you? And it doesn't have to say bat, by the way.
It does.
It does. It
Everything
does.
Shark
says that on
repellent
that
is-
show.
Excuse me, branding.
Just so you know, shark repellent, it's just one of those boxes that has a boxing glove that comes out of it. You just box them on the nose. They go away. That's what Discovery Channel
I
told
would
me.
love that shit.
The shark's coming for you. Remember to punch him in the nose. What they say to remember?
Huh?
I have to pee on it, right? Oh, that's jellyfish. Dead.
The jellyfish thing is wrong, by the
Yep.
way.
Yeah. Well, you don't pee on jellyfish.
You know,
No, you don't pee on the sting either.
If you see a jellyfish, you can pee on it all you want, dude. But yeah, don't pee on your jellyfish stings. That's just gonna contaminate it.
I mean, I drink my pee because it's sterile and it tastes good.
Do I have to? No. It's sterile. I like the way it tastes. If you can dodge a jellyfish, you can dodge a ball.
I say it all the time. Hands off, bitches. He's mine.
Hey, you guys, if anybody out there is looking for a new husband, my wife's leaving hers. And I'll give you all the
You need
quotes
a
from all the
roommate?
movies you don't want to watch again.
No, he's gonna put on a mask and be Dirk a man and just cuck himself.
I'm still just going back to my wife. She's like, I like Dirk Man. I don't know who he is. He's got glasses off.
His glasses off, hair up.
So the Riddler and Two-Face sneak in and they put on these fucking Nightmare Before Christmas masks and they like just squat down and go, tweak a tweet. And Alfred's like, oh, these are children.
Clearly, they're children. Listen to them.
Tommy Lee Jones looks just like a young child.
Sounds like one too.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat, man. Let me have some fucking candy.
And then we get more vamping from fucking Jim Carrey. Because they basically, I think what they did, because he's like, I'm going to go take out the Batcave. You sit up here and do like a funny games on the people upstairs.
I won't do another scene with him. Tommy Lee Jones, I'll be there.
I'm just going to sit here.
Yep. I'm not doing a fucking scene with him. I'm going to sit right here.
So they just put Jim Carrey in the Batcave, and they were like, "Look, anything you point at, it's gonna explode." And he's just down there talking to
Everything
himself.
in this room is explodable.
Explodable, explosive,
Explosive.
It explodes when you eat it.
Everything in here can be blown up.
For a children's movie, which this roughly is,
Joygasm.
and then
And
doing
pelvic
like
thrust?
the pelvic thrusts for the explosions. I was like, all
See,
right,
I never
Jim.
really got that as a kid. I didn't think that was
Yeah,
dirty.
I
Oh,
guess
I
and,
did.
like the joygasm. I mean, the thrusting thing at that point, I'm like, I've seen Ace Ventura. I'm like, yeah, he's just doing Jim Carrey stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was just the body language we all had back then. Like, oh, I have a penis. I'm supposed to hump.
I remember always thinking, so Two-Face is up there flipping this coin. He flips his coin to decide if you're going to live or die, and he has to listen to it no matter what, except for the 3 times he doesn't in this movie. And he flips the coin multiple times. And I remember when I was younger,
It's like
thinking,
he's asking Psyche. He's like, can I kill him? No.
Can
How
I
about
join?
Now?
Well, he
Can I
flips the
help?
coin 3 times because there's 3 people that he wants to
so
kill.
when I was younger, I was always like, oh, he just really wants to kill Batman. He's like, give me the negative side, right? But it's because there's Chase Meridian, there's Alfred, and there's Batman.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So-
One for each. Yep.
But then once he even gets the tail side, I don't know if he said in his head, like, this is for Chase, this is for... He's like, if one of these is negative, it's Batman.
Maybe. Because the second one, he does kind of look at Chase and goes, and then flips his coin. So I don't know.
But like when he goes to kill him, and Jim Carrey's like, no, don't kill him because we'll give him this other riddle and we'll get something out of it or whatever.
Dumb.
And he decides not to. And I'm like, that is not how Two-Face works. Two-Face would be like, sorry, dude, coin said no.
Kill him
Yeah.
and you.
He won't learn nothing. He's going to die either way. Why does
Yeah.
it matter?
What
Right?
the fuck do I need to learn?
Yeah, we already know he's Batman.
Yeah.
What else do you need? We need to play this final game. Curtain 1, curtain 2.
This movie is over and the fucking franchise is over. Batman's dead.
Right? Right there. Done.
Fucked around and found out.
So they take Chase Meridian back to their base, or to Riddler's base. Then we get another riddle. It's the 5 little items. Was it 5 little items?
You'll find
every
them all
day-
in a tennis court and their vowels.
Yeah. Whatever. It comes down to it's 13, 18, and 5, which is Mr. E.
Which is funny because I forgot too. And like the second riddle was 1. I was like, fuck, what has an A in it? But it's because it's a 1 and an 8 makes 18.
Yeah. Was it? It's just like Maggie
It was
Yeah.
or Mage?
MEHE.
Is that Mage?
There's a mage here? We're fucked.
I think it is Mage.
Call Zatanna.
G-E, yeah. It spells Mage.
No,
I
it
don't-
was like it's MRHE or something.
Well,
like
because 1 is A. It's M. I just love Alfred, first of all, is like, well, obviously the 13th letter is M.
Yeah. And when
Like,
he's like,
that's to
well,
save
what if it's
time for the movie.
What if
Right.
it's 18? He's like, R.
Alfred's got it memorized.
It did
Yeah,
kind of feel like how
definitely
he
are.
solved his riddles in the old one. It was like just all this stuff came together and like, oh, this makes sense. I'm like, how?
To who?
Right?
But Mr. Edward Nigma, because this entire time it hasn't been really obvious that Jim Carrey was the Riddler, right? Like when
We had tiny
Bruce
cloth
Wayne
over
and
his
him
face.
see face to face, and he's like, oh, da da da, and he's talking. I was like, you've already talked to the Riddler.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What,
He's not
had-
doing a voice
had he?
modulation.
No.
Maybe he hadn't. Doesn't matter. Like, you should have known who this was. You've seen him on TV at least.
You're the world's greatest detective. You're Batman.
He's the
Detect-
world's mediumest detective in this.
Yes, true. He's the world's most okayest detective.
And this is when we get the new Batsuit with the butt close up. And then
Ow!
Robin shows up in nipple suit as well.
Ow!
So now we have an adult man and what's supposed to be a teenage boy
Adult man.
in bondage gear hanging out together.
Yep.
Nothing wrong here.
All these kids keep going up to Wayne Manor and then they turn up dead around town.
Huh.
That Jason Todd,
Well,
that that Dick
Dick
Grayson,
Grayson.
that third one whose name I don't remember.
Tim Drake?
Tim Drake. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's actually the first one, right?
No, Dick Grayson was
Dick
the first
Grayson,
one.
then Tim Drake.
And
Was
then
it-
Damian Wayne
And
is
then
the
I
most
was gonna
current
say,
one.
wasn't it his son?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damian Wayne with Talia al Ghul.
Yeah, Talia.
So we get the Batwing, not the one from
I was gonna say, wait, somebody took their balls out and stretched it real fucking
not
bad?
the one from
Made you look. Waiting.
Great
yeah, I
movie.
keep trying to say it, then you make me laugh. Not the one from Waiting. No Batwings.
Waiting.
Yeah, one by air, one by sea.
Yeah.
That's fucking Paul Revere over there. Oh no, it's both. I don't have enough candles.
With all the same blue lights up and down the sides, just like the Batmobile.
He put a candle in both windows. That must mean there's no problem. It's just dark in his house.
Dude, the Riddler also fucked up. Like you did some damage, but you left him a
right?
suit and 2 vehicles. But he wants him to come get him, I guess.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
I'm counting on it.
That's right.
I do like their little like battleship game.
That was
That's
yeah.
like the
that was cute.
mines.
And you see more disdain on Tommy Lee Jones' face because, oh, you sunk my battleship. It's like, God damn it, dude. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I'm going back to work with real actors like Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Steven Seagal was a delight to work with compared to you.
He showed me this awesome room.
You know
Sorry.
who's professional? Will fucking Smith. At least he will be.
And we do get the Batwing gets shot out of the air, and he's like, "Oh, I hope we find the black box, whatever." And then it's like a bat submarine for all of 1.5 seconds before Batman just launches himself out of it.
Mhm.
Like, just stay in the submarine, use the little grippy arm,
You're
grab
doing-
Robin, and keep going.
You're doing work.
I know you got a grippy arm.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you build a grippy without a grippy arm?
That's a stupid submarine.
Ugh.
So they sneak onto the island, Holy Rusted Metal Batman, and then we get one of the only actual hero versus villain fights. Actually, the only hero versus villain fight in this movie, Robin versus Two-Face.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Because later on, it's just a battle of the minds. But much like Batman Returns, having Val Kilmer, especially in this like ripped dude suit, fighting Jim Carrey, it was sad and depressing.
That's not Jim
there's-
Carrey's
It's
prowess.
not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it would be like having Michael Keaton beat up Danny DeVito. It's just like, well, that's just sad.
It's like in L.A. Confidential, Russell Crowe just beats the shit out of Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah. But it also works. But these movies aren't supposed to be sad.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's supposed to be. You don't put that in the kids' movie.
But then Robin wins, and Tommy's hanging off the edge of the fucking thing.
I'll see you in hell. I'd rather see you in jail.
And pulls him back up, and he says, "Noble, fucking stupid."
You're an idiot.
It's
But
stupid,
noble.
but noble. Yeah. Like,
And this is where the Batman school thought fails.
Ugh.
I'm not saying kill him. I'm also
yeah.
saying not.
if he falls, he falls.
What is
Just let him sit there. If he gets out, he gets out.
is it in Dark Knight Rises when he's like, I thought you didn't kill anybody. He's like, well, I didn't say I had to save him.
Yeah.
One of those
That's
Chris
the
Nolan
first
movies is the first one.
Yeah, it's the first one because it's Al Ghul is Ra's al
Oh.
Ghul is like trapped.
Yeah, I don't
He's
have
like, I
to.
thought you
I'm not
said you
going to
don't
kill you,
Yeah, he's like,
but I don't have to save you.
still killing.
Which, unlike Michael Keaton, he just straight up kills people.
Yeah.
Oh, so does Val Kilmer in this one. I mean, aside from like what we're getting to here in a minute, like those goons chasing him when he goes driving up the wall, they're fucking
Oh.
dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fiery
Those
crash.
trucks go into
Each
balls
other.
of fire.
Yeah, I mean,
great balls
He
of
didn't
fire.
kill him. You just didn't break. Nothing breaks like a Ford.
Batman's stuck in like the tunnel here that has like the blades coming down and the rocks at the bottom.
And he pulls some Robin moves out.
Whitney
of
had a good point during this thing. The blades are coming down, and every time they show the plate of blades, it's going swing, swing, swing. And she's like, "Good thing I made sharp noises. I wouldn't have known."
Oh, you hear that? It sounds dangerous.
Because if
Thank
you
you,
look at
ears.
it, it's as dull as cardboard.
But the only reason I bring it up is because of his Super Mario Brothers rocket boots. And I
Uh-huh.
mean the movie, not the video game.
hmm
Because that's how he gets out of it. He's got rocket boots that launch him, and then he twists the thing, something.
Physics.
And hits that trapdoor beautifully, by the way.
Yes, he does.
He knows how to hit a back entrance.
And now we get a.
Ask Chase Meridian.
Ask all of his exes.
Oh my god.
Well,
I
you
mean-
can't. They're dead.
I mean, how do you think Michelle Pfeiffer liked it? She's a cat.
Me, ow.
Me, ow, indeed.
Me say ow.
Do bats have hooked penises like cats?
Oh,
I
God.
don't know.
Who could know?
Questions
A
that don't need
veterinarian?
A
answered.
cryptozoologist?
They might know.
I work on Dogecoins.
Someone's like, well, Man Bat does. Man Bat's real.
Yeah. Man,
It's
that's real.
kind of like Batman, but more bat and less man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also a
Laziest villain ever, right?
villain. So we hit the sparkly suit. Jim Carrey going full fucking
Liberace, babe.
like they're like, hey Jim, here's a well, I guess if this was an 80s movie, hey Jim, here's a bucket of cocaine
Yeah.
and a sparkly suit.
No, this is a bunch of coffee and no-dos.
yeah.
This is the
Hey Jim, you
beginning
want
of
to go back to
Adderall.
sleeping in your car? Give it to us.
He got his caffeine enemas right before he came on stage.
It'll kill you.
Hey, hold on. Is that an option?
It'll help your stomach. No, it won't.
I don't think it will.
This is one of his best delivered lines as the Riddler when Batman first comes in, because it's the riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Yes, I
And he's-
do like it. It's
Yeah.
very villainous. It's very comic booky.
And I did read a thing, and I guess they ended up using it in a video game. But when Batman came in, it was supposed to be like basically a big buff Riddler. But when he like attacks it, it breaks open and little skinny Riddlers inside,
That's
which
kinda
would be
cool.
like it's him doing a carnival game thing like he's been doing this whole time.
Yeah,
right?
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It would make him look intimidating when you first see him, even though he's the Riddler.
Yeah, exactly. Based on this movie, it would look stupid.
Oh, yeah.
But the idea was cool, and I read they used it in a video game, and I was like, well, I'll play that one.
Yeah, figure out which one it is.
It must have been one of those Arkham games, and those are fun. It's like Assassin's Creed, but you're Batman.
It's even better. Assassin's Creed's stupid story.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like the story.
Yeah, we'll go watch the Michael Fassbender movie.
Ooh, we don't talk about that.
I don't like that story. The only cool part about that was that he actually jumped off of a giant tower
Oh, that's
for
cool.
his whatever bird's nest thing.
Leap
that
of
they do.
faith.
Leap of faith. There you go. Same thing.
Yeah. Bird's Nest, Leap of Faith. Heard it 1,000 times.
And this is when he has the line you had at the beginning of the movie because he's talking about stealing the IQ from everybody.
He's addicted to brainwaves.
Yes.
He is.
He's like, and if knowledge is power, then God am I. I like we got the harmonization going
Yeah,
on.
that's going to sound nice.
Was that too much? I can never tell. Which I think was actually just Jim Carrey asking Joel Schumacher.
Right, the director? No, I keep it.
There's fucking
like-
Tommy Lee Jones is nodding vigorously.
It's always
that's-
too
that's
much.
the
That's
thing.
too fucking much.
Jim Carrey at this point is like, look, Tommy's giving me a look. Is that too much? And he's like, stop calling me Tommy. It's Thomas. Thomas to
Mr.
you.
Lee Jones to you.
Right, I could see that.
Sorry, I thought Lee Jones is just your last name. It'd be a great last name. It's French for the Jones.
So we've got like a classic thing here. We've got Chase Meridian locked in one fucking pneumatic tube, Robin locked in the other. You can only save one.
You can save Bruce or Batman.
Yep. Well, you love this one. You like that one a little bit. I like how he's like his trusty assistant. And I'm like, that you just discovered moments ago because he didn't exist when you set this plan up. Where'd these two tubes come from?
He knew it was going to happen.
He's like, look, someone's going to...
It might have been Alfred.
Yeah,
Alfred.
they were going to get Alfred.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Alfred
so,
was like, sir, please let me die.
are we saving the man for Bruce Wayne or the woman for Bruce Wayne? Wait, shit.
Alfred's integral to fucking Batman. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's his cook, mechanic.
He's also
planner.
integral to Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne, if Alfred left, I think we saw it in the Nolan movies. Alfred left and like fucking
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I kept wanting to say Patrick Bateman. I was close.
Yeah, I would have gotten it.
Christian Bale is like clueless.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he gets out of bed. He's like, Alfred, where are my underwear?
Alfred! I guess I'll just die then.
Nobody laid out my suit for the day. I guess I'll just live in here like Leonardo DiCaprio at the end of Aviator.
How do you make coffee?
He just bought a coffee fucking station. Was like, just bring me one.
The way of the future. The way of the future. The way of the future.
Own you.
And Two-Face is being his hype man this whole time,
Mm-hmm.
which is great because I don't remember the exact deliveries now, but it's like, this or that. And he's like, yeah, this or that. Like, he's just in the background, like, yeah, what he
He
said.
didn't have anything else to
Yeah,
do.
boy!
You see my giant clock?
Only half of it.
Half of it's digital, half of it's analog. Never know what time it
I
is.
cannot read this thing. I love it, but it's impractical.
So he tricks the Riddler with a riddle. Well, he doesn't really
He
trick him
doesn't
with the
trick him.
riddle.
It's the stupidest one.
Just distracts him, I
It's
guess.
what is it? Like I can't see. I can hear really well.
I can
and I
see
love the
without
nighttime.
seeing. I can see
sleep
without
upside
seeing.
down.
To me, darkness is as clear as daylight.
You must be blind as a bat.
Just like you, fuck. And he shoots a thing at the skylight there.
It's the new sonar suit that he just added, which makes no sense because, like, what are you using this sonar suit for? Just throw your fucking batarang.
Yeah.
Done.
What is the sonar wasn't used when he was in the water? Like he saw the thugs like coming up to Robin, but that was on the sonar in the Batwing.
They literally just set it so they could drop these eyes down and be like, oh, that's a cool new feature, but you didn't use the feature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I thought it was like, oh, he's going to see in the dark, so he's turning the lights out, but he never really does anything
Yeah.
after that.
That would have been perfect, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Better movie.
So they both get dropped, and of course he saves them both. Although,
I choose both.
if you've ever read a Spider-Man comic or seen the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Chase Meridian dead.
Oh, yeah.
Robin's probably dead too.
But she's good. There's a little elasticity and that head's going to hit.
Because
Thump.
this is exactly how Gwen Stacy dies, right? Like she's
Mhm.
falling. Batman or Spider-Man in that case, but in this case, Batman goes to save them. But with Chase, he like shoots the grappling hook up and shoots one at her and like hooks her. That's why she's dead.
Yeah.
With Robin, he goes down and catches him.
Yeah.
So at least there's going to be a little bit more. He can move his arm a little bit. He might tear his arm off the socket because this is like a 300-story fall based on how long
her
this
spine's
took.
broken.
Yeah,
But
she's
her
gonna break
spine
her
is
neck.
snapped in half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have a 40-pound rubber suit on her to help.
Well, the good thing there's room in the dead ex-wife's room.
Right?
It's a big fucking house, dude. Fun while it lasted.
I was going to say, did you ever see Stepford Wives? Maybe that's really what she was after that movie. She really was dead.
She just puts herself back together.
And Jim Carrey's getting his brain drained by the
overdosing.
IQ machine. Two-Face confronts them, and he's like, hey, no more curtain 1, no more curtain 2, just curtains.
She should have done all along, but okay.
Yeah. But you're forgetting your rule. You got to flip that coin, Hobby.
Mhm.
You got to
you're
bring
right.
it back, right? Because Chase Meridian said the coin is his Achilles heel.
It could be manipulated. Yeah, I know, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, I'm the world's greatest detective. Are you? Yes, I am. Shut the fuck up.
Don't look
I
into it.
trademarked it.
Don't look into it.
I got the idea from my friend Donald. He trademarked "You're fired."
What's this coffee mug say? World's greatest detective. I rest my case.
I have a friend that tries to argue that Batman's not a gadget tech superhero because he's the world's greatest detective and this martial artist. I'm like,
come off it.
but he's primarily a gadget hero. That's,
is a
that
gadget
is
He's a
hero.
Batman.
martial artist and a detective
He is
in the
those things.
comics. But how is he such a good detective? Because of his gadgets.
Yes, thank you.
Even, I've seen it in the comics. I don't read a lot of Batman comics, but I've seen him use I can see footprints, I can see blood, I can see, he's got gadgets.
Yeah.
Got a
Yes.
fucking utility belt.
He's got gadgets and gizmos of plenty.
Who says
and
a what's
rings
it's galore?
You want thingamabobs?
I've got 20.
But who cares?
Oh man, a song that you or I can't sing.
Oh, I can sing it. I was just letting them go.
I don't know it all. I know something about a Wang Doodler.
I want to be
Where the people are.
Okay, sorry.
We can go on, but we shouldn't.
Yes.
Welcome
Dude, we're
to-
going to have a Little Mermaid Day and
welcome
just
to
sing to each
Disneycast.
other the whole fucking day.
Yeah. We'll try and top that.
So we see Jim Carrey all fucking dilapidated. This is what he looks like after a fucking bender.
Oh, man. I had
Oh,
too
because
much.
we didn't finish it. Two-Face flips the coin. Batman's like, "Got you, bitch! Pocket full of coins,
Pocket coins.
pocket coins."
Coins.
And he's trying to catch them all because he's an idiot and falls and dies. Although he doesn't die because
Well,
we do
his
see him.
hand.
We see his hand and the coin lands in it, and he
catches it.
grabs it. He holds it. So
Muscle memory, dude.
Two-Face isn't dead.
And then here we got Robin
Now
going,
he's a waterman.
well, why'd you kill him? I was supposed to kill him.
Exactly. Robin's like, "You've been telling me not to kill him this whole time." Batman's like, "Yeah, but I've already killed. I'm already fucked up.
Joke's
That's how
on
I
you.
knew."
I was telling you not to take the low road. I told you to take the high road so I could take the low road. There's less room down there if I tell you to
Look,
take the
you're
high
wearing
road.
green and red. I'm wearing black. One of us kills, one of us doesn't. You're Santa Claus.
You guess who?
You're Santa Claus. I'm Krampus. We got this. And then he tells the Riddler, he's like, "Joke's on you, bitch, because now I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman because I choose to be something, something."
Mhm.
The
He's
end.
Batman forever now. Oh.
He does say something
one
about
point, he does say
something
forever.
about something
Mhm,
forever, and
he
I was like,
does.
he said it, and she's
Yeah.
like, he didn't say Batman forever, and I was like, it's close enough.
It's in there.
It was Batman saying forever. It counts. Tim Burton's version would have been called Batman Continues. He said that Batman
that
Forever sounds like a fragrance, I think is what he said.
Oh, man. Batman forever. Drives the cats wild.
I know quite a few people that would buy that and wear it.
Oh, yeah.
And usually I'd be like, this movie is over and it needs to be over. But I do enjoy Jim Carrey's performance in this very last scene.
They say you know who Batman is. Like, I can't tell you if you don't say please. I'm Batman.
And he's got his straitjacket unbuckled and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just flapping his wings. Dude, I love it.
There's times when being unreeled in, unreined is good.
Yeah. Unhinged Carrey at his best.
Yeah.
And then credits, and we get the U2 song.
Hold me, kiss me,
Thrill me, chill me,
thrill
kiss me, kill me.
Yeah. What'd
And
you
then-
say? You said it right.
Thrill me, chill me, kiss me, kill me.
And then we get Seal.
Exactly the words.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seal is in the building.
What'd you say that about my skin, dude?
Oh!
Sorry.
And that's it. So we'll go around the horn for recommendations. We're going to start with
Well, let's start with
our
the guest.
guest. So recommendation.
Recommendation? Would I recommend this to anyone?
Yeah.
If you're a real big Batman fan or if you're a fan of camp and cheese, if you want a serious Dark Knight movie, avoid Like the Plague.
I'm always afraid of taking cheese camping. Ice might melt.
You don't camp
It
with
goes
truck
sour.
enough.
Wife?
I was going to let Jack go.
No. I was going in our usual order. You're over there.
Oh, I'll recommend, dude, for sure. Caveats, I liked it more when I was drinking with friends with it because it's not a movie to be taken seriously, but it's a movie to watch and enjoy.
I've seen it multiple times. It's not a bad movie. Like I've definitely watched worse. Yeah, you can watch this, but again, Jack's caveats. Friends drinking. Don't watch it in the complete dark in the cold and got bundled up in a blanket when
Unless you
you're
want to fall
tired.
asleep.
Go to Derek's recommendation. Watch it in the dark with a blanket and in a cold.
Well, so I kind of agree with your caveats, except I had a lot better time watching it alone, but that was also my first time watching it in 15 years.
That's fair.
This
'cause
is
now
my
I'm
second
watching
time in
it-
like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would still recommend it. I think it's fun. The beginning is really rough. Like the first 25 minutes of this movie, both times I was like, God, this sucks.
Yeah, you
Like,
could speed this
everything
up.
sucks. But once we get the villains and we get the story going, I'm enjoying it. I like the neon soaked whatever.
It's a lot, but it's good.
It doesn't match what Batman should be, but I think it fits the era because this was like Batman and Batman Returns came in like the cocaine hangover of America. So
Right.
like
That's
dark was
way to look at
good,
it.
but now we're in the ecstasy phase of America.
Mhm.
Oh,
Party
man.
drugs.
Oh yeah,
So
Raves.
that makes sense.
Batman fights Molly.
I enjoy Jim Carrey despite the shit I was giving him. I enjoy Tommy Lee Jones a lot in this. I think Val Kilmer's fine.
He's
Nicole
my.
Kidman can take a long walk off a short pier.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
I've always said, you guys have heard me say multiple times, the three of you, that Val Kilmer is my least favorite.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not gonna try and argue my point to anybody else's.
Yeah.
It's very
you like what you
subjective.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And Joel Schumacher does make good movies. Like he's mostly known, at least I think within us, as this and Batman and Robin. But he did a movie you recently watched that you talked about on our Patreon newsletter, DC Cab.
Oh yeah,
He
that's
directed
Joel
that.
Schumacher.
Yeah. He directed Lost Boys, Flatliners, Falling Down,
Fucking Flatliners is
A Time to
dope.
Kill, 8mm. So he's done good movies, or at least
Okay.
fun movies.
Didn't he do that Jim Carrey number 23 one where he's
Yes.
like, yeah, okay.
He's talking about good movies.
I
though.
guess he had said after this that he didn't want to work with Carrey or Jones again because he's like they wouldn't stop bickering, they were a pain in the ass, whatever. But that was 15 years later, so I guess he was like, well, I got
He's
it.
like, maybe I have one of them.
Just not together anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you sit on that side of the class, and you sit on that side of the class, children.
They're just throwing papers back and forth, disrupting the whole
Do you
class
hate
now.
me? Yes or no?
That's it for this episode. Thank you, Vern, for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank you, thank
Vern.
you.
Golf clap for Vern.
I thought he was smacking his face again, and I got really excited.
So in August, Vern, we do shitbird movies. Last year we called it Back to School Month. I think it's just shitbird
It's
month
just
now.
shitbirds, little kids.
Movies about stupid baby children.
Okay.
I'm not sure what we're doing for our classic movie yet, but I have an idea, but I think it might be a movie that I just got.
Okay.
So if you want to
Okay.
come back for that,
I'm 100% down.
Wow.
100%. Yes.
we can make fun of it.
Yeah, we can. We
Oh,
will.
Not
there's
the reasons
plenty.
they're making fun.
No.
We're making fun of them making
Yeah.
fun of that. So we might have you back for that one. That'll be an interesting conversation.
A
And I'm
beau-
still thinking about it, but
I know. It's a dangerous topic.
I just don't know what to do with a classic movie that's terrible with children that isn't boring.
All right.
That might be
We can
boring.
figure it out.
That might be boring. I don't know. That's it for this week. Don't forget to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/worstpeople, $3 a month. You get mental health movies every month. This month's episode is Batman Returns, as we referenced during this episode. You'll have access to our February, March, April, May. That's the order months go. All those episodes. Plus, you get early access to Han Took Shots First, which is the other podcast that Jack and I do, and Whitney may guest on here and there, where we talk about Star Wars in chronological order. You can find that at HanTookShotsFirstPod.com. Our website is badmoviesworstpeople.com. You can find that on all your social stuff. Thank you to Evasion for our opening and closing music. I have been Derek.
Vern.
I'm Jackman.
I'm still Whitney, guys.
Does anybody else feel like a fried egg?
I don't want to talk about Easter eggs and butts, dude.